Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nat 13 Sidekicks.
Sidekicks!
I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmid, and with me this time of the week are, well, you guys, our superheroes. It's super fun. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello! A man almost died from a bomb last week.
What died
Yes,
from
because
what?
last
Could
we
you even
saw
call me a man?
From a bomb.
Can you
I'm
talk
talking
about
about
the
the other
man?
dude, not you.
is last we saw you
Yes,
guys,
you almost died.
crazy stuff has happened. A big old explosion at the chemical factory. Turns out it was a bomb strapped to a dude's vest. The whack, almost died. Excuse me. But you were able to get the vest off. And Toast Boy able to successfully evade an assassin on a double date.
I had a great time.
Which unfortunately does mean though that Eaglet has to leave. She may be the queen of her world now. We're not sure.
Bizarre.
All we know is that's life now, I guess. And so important to know, only Eaglet knows about Holly, as none of the rest of the team was there.
Nice to know everything.
So no one knows that
No one
Holly
knows.
is-
Only Eaglet was there, and Eaglet just kind of figured out, but then immediately left. Didn't tell anyone.
Which, side note, what do we
You
tell
have
the
30
public
bucks, so.
that Eaglet is gone from?
Back with another hero. That's like no issue, honestly.
Okay.
That's like
Yeah.
that's just normal superhero stuff.
Probably almost harder since we're Sarah's friends at school is gonna be
Where's Sarah?
like,
Where's
oh,
Sarah?
she went back to her home country. Where is that? Well, we all better be on the same freaking page.
Let's
I
we
will
like have
actually
to have a
say-
meeting the night before of like, okay, what country is Sarah from?
We're
Austria.
actually going to pick up
Hungaria.
right at the scene of the crime, so to speak,
Oh,
at
right.
the Chemical Corporation.
My
Um,
one
He's still made a
bomb.
goop, right? Or did we fix him?
Thwack has now
Barely.
reconstituted Bear.
And then I second winded.
Oh,
Second winded, so you got a few hit points.
Right.
Because while you're sitting here, you get a chance to be heroes now, because as, again, wrapping up that smoke bomb, successfully defusing the vest, and getting everyone out, now there's a lot of police starting screaming. There's a full bomb squad, everything. You see immediately in the room is surrounded 4 different guys, full tactical bomb gear, as well as you can hear other people out in the hallway. You hear behind that muffled match just, "Where's the bomb?"
I kind of absorbed it. And
He almost died. We're okay. The civilian's fine. I have him a shock blanket. He's. I took him out to the EMTs.
Oh,
As I'm like
the-
still staring at the screen where that message
I will
was
say
last time.
immediately the bomb squad
I'll
is.
hold up the smoke bomb.
They take that, put it in.
Can I have a new bedroll, please?
Man, first we need to decontaminize and safely dispose of. We'll talk to you.
Okay.
Side note.
Someone takes us out. You see the remaining 3 are immediately just doing a preliminary sweep. That is one of those just natural. You never just assume everything's okay until it really is.
Other Vanguardians, Vanguard, what are we calling ourselves? Could police come over to the Stevie, please?
I think we're just Vanguard, even
yeah,
in
we're
the
just
plural.
You're not here, Toast Boy. No,
No, no, but I'm saying, like,
I know, I'm just
our-
teasing you.
our
This is,
The plural of Vanguard, I think, is Vanguard.
Yeah, it's like
Moose!
moose and moose. I think last session I made a perception check. Did
For the
anything come
cameras.
from that from the cam? Okay, the cameras.
You saw the
which turned
cameras
off,
that
right?
were looking at you are turned off. That brief message
Gotcha.
you
Yeah,
saw,
I'm still staring at the screen like, guys!
well done, Vanguard, is gone.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what happened then.
Okay,
It
there was a
blinked in.
message. You know what, maybe I'll debrief you guys back at...
Yeah.
You see some bomb squad have come in. They're quickly seeing if there's any radiation on you, Thwack. You see well, sir, we don't know what these readings are, but you're definitely not irradiated.
cool.
No, I don't think you understand. You see, they wave like just on a wall, nothing. They go to like, and they're like, no, that's not the sound it makes for radiation.
Plays the Toonie Loons.
Toonie Loons.
We're being safe.
That's a song. That's a copyright song.
No! Dang it!
I'm kidding.
Our real
I
enemy
actually
is
don't know.
copyright!
The true enemy of this campaign. You see, they're not like worried. It's just more that confusion because again, you are not a normal person. You are a cartoon-looking
Yeah.
thing, and so it's that. And just it's just making
Sorry, are
weird
you
noises.
trying to rationalize the dude that's probably made out of ink?
Just doing our job, man.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm
I
also
can
just
have
being a
that
cynical
looked
teenager
out.
and I kind of just dealt with a high-stress
Looked
situation.
at
I'm so sorry.
at the base or something.
Yeah.
You see
Well,
what?
check it out.
At the base. Is that some?
We
Okay.
have an order of operations for where Vanguard meets, so we will talk about that, and we will also get in touch with the
Okay.
pyramid.
Well, you just be advised. We're doing a sweep billing. We'll
Of
ask you to
course.
leave now, so you guys are gonna start
Wait,
slowly
don't
being
you need to
ushered.
check, like,
Yes.
psyche for,
I
okay.
don't know if this would be like a perception or a persuasion or something, but I just want to figure out who owns this building, or supposedly
Yes.
owns the building. You know. 'Cause
Go
it's
ahead.
Probably not.
Make me. We'll call it investigation. It's that quick. Like, what are the? Because the name of the building doesn't always mean who owns it, right? There's corporations that own everything that you never see the name.
That was a natural 6 for a total of 8, so I don't think I'm getting too far with that.
Yeah, all you're seeing is this is something called Gray's Chemicals. Like it. There's no real, or excuse me.
Can I make a check to see if it's related to
You
Scarlet
made a
Industries?
check last time. You know it's not.
No, I want to see if it's related.
No, that's what I'm saying. Last time, you
Okay.
know for a fact this is completely unrelated to
Completely unrelated.
Scarlet Industries. This is just like a Gray's Chemical, like, and literally Gray because it is that like we sell stuff just to sell and buy more chemicals for other. They're not like a what's the word I want to use? A store. It really is manufacturing, and so it on a 6 is that like if there's a company, I'm not gonna find it just looking here.
Yeah, it would
So-
have to be something separate.
Exactly. To which you'll say, as you are ushered outside, you immediately see cheer goes up from a crowd that is kind of gathered. All you can see, there are cameras, there's flashing lights, pictures are being taken.
I immediately go from straight up disassociating to like full, face of like, of course, very, very hero-y, charismatic to the.
I would actually like
singing
all
boat.
3 of you to make me straight charisma checks. Eventually, we will call it. It's not gossip checks, but crowd checks is the term. In a superhero campaign, you want to look good for the crowd.
Yeah, do we add our charisma modifier to it?
Yeah, so it's like your charisma modifier, but until you have that proficiency after you do it for so long, there's no proficiency.
Meanwhile, Toast Boy's just sweaty because he doesn't have the car, so
Yeah.
he's running over.
Sweating!
Wait, and you can't have Eaglet carry you because
She's
Yeah,
gone, yeah!
exactly.
She's gone!
I'm just like, god damn it, Eagle, you could've
Transportation
left
is
one of those
gone.
buff dudes.
Alright,
One of your oily boys!
Oh no!
Just a
I'm the
charisma
oily
check, or
boy.
can it be
Um,
persuasion?
It's a charisma, because you're not persuading the crowd of anything, and you're not
Performance?
intimidating. It's not a performance. This is something, it's an interesting line, because you're not performing for people. That's basically a form of line, just like, I'm performing for, I'm doing a show. This is pure charismatic, you're being the heroes, you're being what they want to look at. And so it's a group
Okay.
check. What did everyone get?
Synth 20.
Sim 20.
Hold on.
17.
17.
23.
23. 17 being the lowest is already great. All you see, again, true hero moment. I mean, people want your pictures, they want autographs, reporters are every which way. We can talk about, how did you do it? What about this? How would you say? And so it's that, like, you don't even know where to start because everyone is everywhere, but in a good way. That is why I'm going to make a check. Your popularity rating has bumped from 85% to 86%. Because as far as the public knows, this is a, oh no, something happened at a chemical factory and you were here. It's not super villain or world-ending level,
But hey,
but
it's like, look, they
good stuff.
care about the common man and what
Yeah, right.
happens.
like, and here's what's horrifying about this. It's so much easier to lose popularity ranks than to gain them, but it's also not impossible to not lose them. Or, excuse me, it's worse when you fail, but it's hard to fail. Unless something really big happens. What I will say then, one of the reporters has pushed forward, and the question that is put forward, you see just like, you miss the name because it's just like, blah, 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 with some, what can you tell us about the factory?
As of right now, we don't know the origin of the main explosion, I believe, and I'm looking to my friends to be like,
I'm gonna say
please
the
tell
factory
what's you know,
is-
Psyche.
the factory versus chemicals. And I'll had that wonderful perception check of 6. So well, here,
See,
I'll
it's
just like
chemical
I'll
production. Yeah.
Well, then
say
when
what
we
the
say
name is. And
Gray's Chemicals. It's a chemical.
chemical
Yeah.
factory.
And I let them know it's like the proper authorities are looking into the investigation.
Do you believe this was caused by a supervillain or other group?
so
What's
far
performance?
Performance for what exactly? To just like perform your way out of it? Because right now this is kind of based off of that 17, 23,
Right.
20, right? Like,
How close am I at this point?
Still running.
I was about to figure out because you're not.
Trevor,
Psyche.
a running montage.
You are about 40 minutes away.
Damn it!
Unless you take a bus or something, it's about a 40-minute
Okay,
run.
I'm fully gonna stop running, pull up the metro route, see which bus is gonna stop next to me, like the soonest.
The Florida Public Transportation System. Yeah.
It exists.
FTA. It's a real thing. So you'll be there in 8.
If I get an Uber and pay them extra,
Yeah, you
Like,
could.
step on
Do you want an Uber?
Step on it.
I want to get there as soon as possible.
I want you to roll me a pure luck check for an Uber. There's no. I mean, Uber is just luck.
That's
It's-
15.
15's not bad. Yes, Toast Boy, immediately Uber. Because is this using your profile for John Jorgen Von Jargon or Trevor or
This would be for Trevor.
Trevor.
I don't think John Vorgan.
John
John
Jorgen Von Jargon?
Is a name that exists
Okay.
within the Florida system. I don't
Awesome.
think I brought him out.
That's what I was confirmed. So yes, Trevor, you get a 15. Your Uber's there. It's still gonna be that 8 minutes, but it's better than possibilities of stops.
Cool.
So go ahead, just mark down $30 for that Uber.
Cool.
Which then
I
for
have-
on the side note, can
That's
you let
so
them
accurate.
know
I hate
that,
it.
How
we've
would
called
you transfer that? Sorry, I have 14 gold.
14 gold. Take a gold piece, times it by $100.
Okay, so silver piece.
Silver pieces are about 10. A gold piece is about $100.
Copper's
This
one.
is like 1.
Copper piece about $1. Yeah, that's how we're transferring. Because we use the U.S. dollar for this campaign. I mean, there
the
might
best
be.
system of money.
It's a system.
It's a thing.
Okay, Psyche
which
is going to not like schmooze with the reporter,
Yeah, just-
but like kind of be as vague as she possibly can to quell the reporter's
Ultimate
Can I
hero.
give, in a weird way, the help action to be like, the
No,
authorities
actually,
are in
again,
with the bomb
excuse me.
squad,
This
you
is
know.
literally again what your check that you made for the
Okay.
crowd is kind of
Yeah.
what's happening. The crowd is already in a good mood,
Oh,
so
so this
what
is more
you,
just
what you
role
say to
play.
them, they're
It's
just curious, right?
It's too early to tell.
Nothing's
if this
hostile,
is
nothing's bad. Yeah, they just want to
related
know.
villains
Too
or
early to
not.
tell. So far, we know of no casualties so far.
The
proper authorities are looking into. The
no casualties so far.
Yeah.
You mean there were people injured? How many people were injured? Do you think they're going to be casualties? Immediately, a lot of people are jumping on you for that.
That's fair.
I will say, yeah.
everybody's
Again,
like-
I'm not going to dock you anything, but this
in
is
a
yeah.
weird way, it's basically she's going to quell the crowd. It's like obviously I can run very fast. We called the paramedics as soon as we could, and as you can tell, like I point. So if their camera spans, like we got the proper authorities here to help people who are injured and to help deal with the remaining effects of the explosion.
You see, yeah. Everyone just wants to know about you guys. You see, immediately the questions are quickly turning from the factory to, what are your powers like? Where'd you come from? What's your secret identity? And you're like, well, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right, but like, they're always gonna ask,
I don't know.
Oh, and when you say what's your secret identity, can I say Duff Cameron?
Do you-
In a joke, because does Duff Cameron exist in this universe?
yes!
The celebrity.
Yes!
Wouldn't it be
But-
funny?
I'm gonna make a roll
Unless
real
you
quick.
piss off the
This
celebrity and they
No,
get
okay, I
lost.
joke. I pull it back. It's like I'm
late.
joking. No,
You see,
I was being
This
funny.
just in, the hero Dove, or hero cabaret known as Dove Cameron. We
I'm
go
joking.
live now to her
I
Beverly
go
Hills.
over to the camera and I'm like, celebrity Duff Cameron, you are out there. Sorry, I was making a joke.
All
my
right, with
sarcasm
disadvantage.
sucks.
Okay.
I have
We'll find
really
out.
high charisma. Can I fix
You
that?
show up at the seat. Your Uber shows. Whoa!
Yeah, I'm a hyper fan.
Jeez.
Here, there's your money. I jump out of the car. I probably
Pay through the app. You just like throw money in the car.
I paid through the app. That's your
Okay.
tip.
What? Oh, jeez. All right, weirdo. Gives a
Um,
tip in an Uber in cash. He's taking the money.
No, for sure.
For-
I'm gonna push through the crowds and be like, I was there at the prom night attack. I want to talk to them. And try to push through to the front
like
of the
straight
crowd.
up trying to be just like a fan obsessed teen, or a teen obsessed.
I
Yes.
told what's her name, Clerk Kelly, that we have T-shirts coming from them. I want it from your mouths.
Oh yeah!
Oh!
Yes, and so it's like.
Go ahead, give me a quick athletics
in
just
a
to
weird way,
push
in a
through
weird
the
way, can
reporters.
this help?
My expertise?
Yes.
Can
That's
this
a 12.
in a weird way help? If I know Toast Bunny's on the way, can I look for Trevor?
You do, here's what's great. You are stonewalled. It's that like I don't want to
A
say real
teenager trying
reporters,
to push
but
through news
major
reporters,
networks
yeah.
have taken the front line.
Okay,
B Network, influencer, TikTok, and Instagram reels are now like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Okay.
and then just a ton of people. You have made it to the people part.
Cabaret.
I have one.
Cabaret.
I have one. I have one.
Cabaret.
So this is because I know. Because it's been a week since we played, and it was at the forefront of the character's mind of like, hey, we are doing T-shirts. It was like our scheme,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's like, so that was a joke. But you know what isn't a joke? We are going to have merch soon, and 100% of proceeds will go to a different non-profit every week.
Yeah, yeah, people are eating that up.
I'm just behind. I'm just gonna get
We're
footage
currently
then, so
working
it's not, like,
with
posting to
insert
my-
the name of the high school
Yeah.
we go to release
Isn't it
them there
Ferguson?
first, because we heard that we have some fans
Okay.
there when we helped out insert how many
You-
weeks ago when the incident
I am
happened.
going to. This is the one time I'm going to give you a ping before you say it. Do you want to name your actual high school?
No.
Because
Okay.
that.
I will say, like, already you got lucky when the attack happened. If
Yeah.
you name it again,
Then
that's
it'll be suspicious.
any
That's
people.
fair.
Even you don't
Like,
even
they
have to
will
be.
look at the
important.
high
People
school.
are gonna go. They showed up there, and now they're promoting merch. I will give that for free. Like
Thank you.
Dove
For-
Cabaret. If you mention Jefferson High again for a
For
long,
context,
if
okay,
you bring
Dove
it up,
was literally a homeless kid for like
No,
4
you're
years.
good.
She has
I'm-
no social skills at all.
Psyche is incredibly charismatic.
But I was a
so
social-
she's gonna just put a hand on Cabaret
Yeah.
and say,
I'm announcing the merch.
"That's my high school."
Woo! Yeah, Ferguson.
there's no Ferguson High.
I don't remember
You
what
go
the
to
next school was.
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson.
We can say
Actually, big
Ferguson,
pause.
but-
August,
fine.
can we rename it to Ferguson?
No,
please?
because that's now part of my world lore. Jefferson High School, home of the Walrus, with your
Dang
Mess with the
rivals,
Walrus, you get the
Gilbert
toast.
Academy, home of the Gila Monsters.
Okay,
Is a big old thing.
so Psyche will announce the merch and not name drop
Yeah.
the high school.
Okay,
Just
thanks.
announcing merch.
I will just look hot behind Psyche.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect.
Oh my gosh!
I know why people look at
keep
me.
rolling. That is my third 20 behind screen for some of these reporter questions. You're getting some of the best questions.
Good.
And finally, the last thing. Can you tell us, is there any work with any other upcoming heroes, any collaborations? Who's the leader of your team?
There isn't. Because normally
Would
Toast
I
Boy's
hear
gonna be
that
so.
question?
You
I-
get.
as
yeah.
you say, as
My
you say-
eyes start twitching and I'm just like,
Psyche's
Say,
just
it is a
But-
collaborative effort. We each are on a democratic process of leading this team. We work together.
Toast
So,
Boy's fully
so are you
striking
working
out.
underneath then other heroes? You're not ready to
Oh.
lead your own teams then?
No, so in August, this is me, working on literally 30 minutes of sleep.
You're good.
Okay?
Go to
Um,
sleep sometime.
No.
In a warehouse at 2 a.m.
Basically, this is Eleanor thinking out loud, not Dub talking right now. Can it be like, so we as the Vanguard are very, we work as a team, and there is no one face to it, but if it's asking for backers, do we have permission to mention the pyramid?
That's
don't know.
purely you guys.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
The
I will
pyramid,
say,
I know
I
I'm
don't
not
think we
here,
can
but if
disclose
we're
that right now.
Vocalizing ideas, Lincoln has a thought.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay.
I will. This is what I'm allowing because like
Thank you.
eventually you guys would have talked about this over
Izzy
the
has
past
a
weekend.
thought.
Yeah.
We shouldn't. Again, it's mentioned just enough to answer the question, but not enough to be specific.
Yeah. I will
So-
sit there and look pretty. You guys talk.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's but that's what I'm
So
saying.
I
You guys
think-
can
I
talk
think
as a group.
Psyche, if this is like kosher, is gonna say something about
Oh wait, how are we rating this? Can
we
swear?
are perfectly self-sufficient, just so they don't think we're babies and like can't lead ourselves. We were self-sufficient in leading
That
ourselves.
is kind of the leading questions. They're
And if we were to, you know,
Collaborate.
we collaborate often with other superheroes.
We do collaborate often with other superheroes.
And also, if we were to name any one of our leaders, that would put them into imminent danger. So we're
It's
not
like
gonna.
it would, you know.
name
harm them.
dropping big might be bad.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna.
But it's okay to say,
Yeah.
like, no, we work on our own. We like working with other heroes. It's the safe answer. And again, I'm not going to be
Thank you.
It's
Elder
horribly
Chief,
unforgiving because,
check.
again, the initial check, again, covers most of this. It is that, this sounds really bad, but that's how the world works, where it's like, people's opinions literally are made when they first see something happen, not after a lot of talking. Like, for heaven's sakes, if you don't believe me, go on any online forums or social media, right? But that's why, like, you guys already are high, so it's just, this is just, all these down to it are these big questions, right? People want to ask the big stuff. No one's interested in the fluff right now. It's more like, no, we want to know what's going on, right? I will say then, over the course of a while, eventually, Bomb Squad clears the building. Everyone's okay. Like,
Do they find any other people in rubble?
nope.
That
Again,
is
it was
100% success.
What I will say, realizing is the 100% success also is attributed to there was an explosion, but the main injuries, or what a fire marshal is going to like also tell the police, or excuse me, the reporters is, hey, this was just smoke and smog. It seems like a chemical fire or some sort of explosive chemical went off. We don't know much at this time, so no one was hurt. Just people got trapped inside of rooms. And so, and again, I will kind of give that free because of those last session. You saw the cameras and things. The smoke and stuff went off and trapped people inside. You could definitely tell this was a test or some sort of trap of that kind to, like,
Yeah,
this
like
doesn't
someone
happen
who likes to
naturally.
work
To a
from
reporter,
behind
just like,
screen.
oh yeah, what a terrible accident. At least you're here.
Yeah, and I'll agree with the reporters just to,
Gotcha.
you know, keep schmoozing. And I'm gonna like kind of shoot a look to him like, here's like, let's go. Let's
Like,
spend less time
with
with
that-
reporters.
We gotta head out.
You guys head out.
Can we do like cool flips and stuff into the van
Yeah.
and like a little fan action?
fan.
out of
I'm gonna say-
flare.
But this is perfect.
Trevor, wait.
Toast Boy, Trevor, right when you make it through the crowds just begin to disperse after so much time, you watch the members of your team do sick backflips back into the car,
I probably
And drive
just
away.
walked.
or walk to the car, and drive away in the car.
Cool.
No.
I'm texting
It's
them
like-
and
it just
saying,
like where
like,
you-
Cabaret and Psyche have like that little flare about them.
Yeah, the flare and flash.
A little.
You just exploded. You get a day. You get
you
moment.
don't have to do backflips.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
throw
fine.
your back out.
But yeah, I think I would be texting you guys being like, hey, for real, please don't make me walk home. I ran all the way here.
Okay, we'll do a
Please.
loop reel. We'll come back.
I
Two blocks
respect.
that way.
We
ran,
had, like,
exactly.
I
James
ran
Street,
2
so 2 blocks
miles and
away.
paid
Yeah,
an
for real.
Uber. I suffered enough.
Hear me out. We can hide. I wouldn't say hide the car, but like we can park near a like a pizza place, get enchantment charms on it, and just like
Here we
I
chill.
just realized, like, I had 8 minutes in the car with that Uber. There was probably, like, the awkward small talk of, like...
So where you going?
The literal cut was probably like, live around here.
Recently, yeah, I just moved out here for high school, so...
Nice.
Yeah.
You ever been to Giulini's?
No, is that the new gelato place? Like...
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it, but...
Yeah, no, I was gonna say avoid it. I
really?
personally hate gelato, and it's just awful. Don't do it.
And in my head, I'm just like, fuck, what's going on?
What's going on? All I know is a text of a bomb and
There
a
is a
sequence
bomb.
of numbers and like
Like, trying to
weird
play it
writing.
cool.
Right, it's very much that. What's going on?
It's the worst thing that's ever
This
happened. to
random
Sean.
Uber driver. Yeah, no, easy enough. You park around a block. No one's. You slip in. I'm not gonna make stealth checks because again, that's classic training, right?
Yeah,
Again, if you can do it in a simulation training, I won't make you roll for it in a combat.
perfect.
Like, as we're driving, it's like, so does anyone want to stop for food, or do you want to just eat granola bars in the car? We got like an
let's
hour drive back to the
literally-
place.
Why don't we
want
go
that
home and have the...
The magic machine that
Like-
gives us whatever we want to eat.
Well, I thought there was like a monkey chef dude right?
That's at the pyramid.
But don't we have a
Pyramid.
teleporter set up that
Yeah.
you can like?
We
You
could
have
and
a
don't.
teleport if
that.
you want to request.
I already
Shed?
did.
Yeah. So
We need
a,
the-
He
Yeah,
can
and,
just
like-
like we put in orders in this little thing, and then he can just like pop it in.
Oh,
and-
I heard there's this new gelato place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tortellinis.
Jortalinis.
Tortellini. Yeah, my
Jorts.
Uber said it's not very good. I think we should just go home.
Is their theme
yeah,
like
fair
just like jorts?
You
Uh,
pass
all
by the
that
building.
is a Jort
It's
flavor.
Jort. It's a Jort themed gelato place.
And there's a
Actually-
Jort flavor.
I
Stop
love
the cars!
Gotta go get your jorts.
Go get your
gelato.
Jordan. Jortalinis.
Gelato.
Rip away my fancy day pants and I have jorts on underneath.
You
George
Definitely
Boy's a
not.
jorts man!
I'm
George
Jorts
boy.
boy.
George
now.
boy!
Yes, you do
think-
have a setup from the pyramid to get food. And again, if they're there, they can get stuff. It is going to be one of those, it's better to prep. Like, if you say, like, hey, can we get a dinner set up? Like, you know, kind of like a meal prep thing. Like, give a meal ticket in the beginning of the day and say, like, hey, lunch and breakfast, you know, we've got stuff in our fridge, but we'd love to have curry tonight. Could you
Would we
make
be
that?
able to put in and just say, hey, whatever you've already cooked today?
Mhm. Yeah, because there's
I'm
standard
good with
meals
that.
for the heroes that are stationed at the pyramid that can just get their food real quick.
Fair.
There's a
I'm
standard.
gonna be a
Order
little.
of business.
Yeah, what's up?
We have to talk about what we saw.
Oh shit, guys, Eaglet is off world. She's
What?
gone.
How? Why?
Yeah, sorry, I
What?
was distracted by the jorts. Eaglet apparently. So
yeah, your jorts are pretty straight.
we,
Pretty
as I'm
good,
saying,
Jordan.
like
It's literally
shiny
like-
metallic
it-
legs, just like yeah, Eaglet's gone, guys.
It's literally like again like the whole
That
night.
would happen.
It's just like wow, toast boy and
Jordan
jorts.
has
yeah.
a date,
No,
though.
but yeah, basically, to sum it up, we were at the movies on the date. It was going
Yeah,
pretty well.
yeah.
Then this other owl person attacked her, saying like, "The queen's dead. You will be too." And then two other
Okay.
super buff owl dudes showed up and basically told her like, "Your mother's dead. We need to go home, Your Majesty." So I guess.
She was a princess.
Yeah, isn't that
She was
Eaglet.
a she was a whole
Surprise.
princess.
Eaglet, right? Isn't that bizarre? But
I
anyway, so
mean-
she's gone for an indefinite amount of time.
Fun. What happened to you know? I don't know. The civilians
Nobody
that
was-
are close to us. Your dates.
Oh,
What
Derek
happened to them?
found out was Derek.
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 Derek Lane.
fully was just chill with her being a bird person.
Hey, does he
And
know about?
he
And
knows
I
her
point to
beat.
the giant symbol of Vanguard on the wall.
He knows about Eaglet being a
Okay.
bird person, but no, that was he thinks
Okay,
she's just like an alien and that he's just like
He
dating. this-
really didn't put it together. that
Derek,
she's-
I love Derek very much. Bless his
He's
heart.
not the brightest.
Wait, are we talking like Midwest bless his heart
Midwest.
or Southern bless his heart?
Midwest. bless his
Midwest.
heart.
Oh, okay, Midwest. I
No,
was like,
actually do
I've
love
learned
Derek.
that
He's
means
great.
something else.
And now that
down
Eaglet's
here.
gone, he's the only good quarterback on the team. So
I
like,
mean, that is
we
fair.
really got
Eaglet-
it read. And Holly didn't really notice much. I told her to leave as soon as stuff was going on. I teleported
She
her
just
away.
like, okay.
But
Wait, no, you teleported away, so she knows that you have powers.
no, she thought weird owl shit was happening. I was like, we
Oh.
teleported, and then I was like, what the hell just happened? Run!
Okay, nice to play it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're
Cool. So we're safe and nobody. We're good. Covered
that-
all of
yes,
said,
Derek. We might want to help him
Adjust?
not talk about owl people at
Yeah.
school, but I don't think it's
Blow
gonna
up.
reflect on us at all.
No, yeah.
But
I
people
just-
might put it together.
Well,
I mean,
yes,
as long
I
as
just
we're
don't want
so
him to
should
be
we just-
ostracized and treated weird for
No?
talking about like aliens.
Well, I mean, there's literally aliens
aliens
exist.
Yes, but like to
So
be like I was
maybe-
dating one and now she's gone. And, like,
Oh, so then it's like a whole I have a girlfriend in Canada kind of thing.
I
Exactly.
want to make a point about who's driving the car. So
I'm
can
not. I
hear
jumped
yes.
in.
Yeah, you jumped in, and you
When we went to Jorts, you can take over.
went to Jordan.
If I was driving, when we got to
Jordan
Jorts, I'm
So
no
you were-
longer
you were driving.
driving.
Oh, we are
Yeah.
sitting and
So
parked.
Thwack, you're driving. The sky. It's a very hot day now,
Ah.
but sun is setting in a few hours.
Oh, huh. Side note, do you want to know what happened to us?
Oh yes, I'm
I
so
blew
sorry.
up.
I heard you guys saying
Black almost died.
aliens were okay.
Quack almost died.
We need to
Like-
get some medical training
And
or
bomb
something
training.
because
Disarming bombs.
nobody knows how to heal anyone.
Also medical.
Well,
yeah.
And
I don't.
I tried
don't
putting
know how
him
to
into a
disarm
cup.
bombs, so I put it in my pocket
And
and blew
apparently
up.
that helped. I put him into a cup like the sludge of him, and it helped him reconstitute. But I had no
Guys.
idea what I was doing.
You should have just reached out and pretended you had a magical hammer, or like an inflatable hammer, and just like wee wee wee.
You know that possible.
I tried that. I tried that near Thwack's vicinity.
Nothing happens. No.
Dang it!
Well,
Anywho,
Okay.
no, yeah. So
Yeah,
dude
so-
had a
to
bomb
talk about-
strap.
Yeah. So what's up?
Speaking of, Vanguard and secret identities and making sure people don't know who we are.
I'm sorry.
Whoever placed that bomb.
Oh,
I'm
they
pretty sure
there
knows
was
who we
on
are.
the screen after we took care of the bomb. It said, "Well done, Vanguard."
I kind of want to do an insight because
Like
Psyche
full.
Would they know
kind
our
of thinking,
secret identity?
is this
Or at least they know of
training?
us. The
did
Uh-huh.
the hero
superheroes.
We've
do
kind
this,
of-
or was this a villain?
We've kind of
You
made a
know?
big
I'm thinking it's a
name for
villain.
ourselves
Give
in
me an
this
insight
area.
check. I think that's
It's
a
like-
clever.
I think
think
this
it
is a
probably
villain
was
that
a
set
villain
something up for
because
us.
he wouldn't-
But
like, our
a
heroes
hero,
wouldn't-
they
I-
would,
I
right?
know
Yeah,
what-
no.
But like,
Yeah,
I want
like
to
a
make
It's either
sure
has to be some form of
That
vigilante or villain.
potentially kill people.
Right, because I mean, Thwack, that was a real bomb. Like, if
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a trade, but I will say, make an insight check. I think that's something that you might gain
Yeah.
information.
But Cabaret, I agree with you. I don't think it's somebody that knows our
It's,
individual identities,
it's just
but
they know
we've made a big name for
17.
Vanguard.
17.
So.
I
And
say,
with the
without a
merch.
shadow of a doubt,
Maybe it's some
if,
like.
Ooh,
if your
what,
heroes made this, they're
organization
not
do you
really
want?
heroes, are they? So you know for a fact this must be a villain, and if a villain did this, this is nothing low level. People don't just have that kind of disposable income to stage a bombing
Right.
so precise.
So-
When we
Psyche-
get back, I write down exactly what
You're
I
not
saw.
back yet, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like exactly
I don't
like the
think we're getting
font,
Psyche
you know.
is
all
going
that.
to say, I think our identities might be at stake because a villain definitely knows who we are.
Okay.
I don't think it's our identities
So-
though. I think it's
well,
just us as Vanguard.
We were
Or Vanguard,
planning on
yeah.
being anywhere near there. I think, yeah, Vanguard. He knows about Vanguard, or they know about Vanguard.
We
I
just
think
need
that's
to keep
okay.
our
We've
identities up.
been public
Okay,
figures.
okay.
We've taken down supervillains in Florida already. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like we showed up, haven't done anything,
That's true.
and he's already attacked.
We took
I've
care of
been-
a dude
I've
with like a
been-
nuclear bomb
Yeah.
on his tail.
I've been with Banished for a while, so.
Oh yeah, so sorry, Psyche. We took care of a dude
That
nuclear bomb on like a scorpion
Being
tail.
said, though, guys, we
Yeah.
have to be incredibly careful with our alter egos and with our
Yeah.
secret
I'm
identity.
thinking, what if we talk about?
Black, as you turn the corner, you hear as sliding in the back of the trunk, still there, is Scorpion's tail.
Oh,
Didn't I have?
didn't we put the nuclear bomb back in the?
I had the wizard take it.
Yes.
Hey
And
guys,
it's back.
why is the scorpion tail back in the car?
Cool. I'm just gonna. Do you want to pull over real quick? I'll just make sure it's not armed.
Please.
I'm gonna move a little bit further away from a place that we
We're-
possibly may go to frequently.
Oh, because we're still at Jordalini's.
Well, like you're downtown.
We were-
It's not like heading back.
Oh.
Yeah, can we make
Oh.
sure that that's not an armed nuclear weapon in the
Yeah,
in the
just
trunk
maybe
of our
drive
car?
a little gingerly.
That's
Uh,
cautious driving.
But yeah, so if you are gonna pull over, I would just hop around back and literally just
Yeah.
like grab it, make sure it's not like.
As you
Right.
grab it, you see there's a note pinned to it
Okay, what does it say?
for you, Toast Boy.
Cool. I'm gonna pocket that, and I'm gonna get back in the car and be like, all right, it's not working. I got it turned off.
Sure?
We're good to go. Yeah, I'm positive. I'll
Okay.
keep it right here so it doesn't.
Do we
bounce
know
around.
how it got here? Like any cryptic?
It was just back in the trunk. I guess the wizard just forgot it. Or it's Merlin, right? That's his name.
Okay.
I guess Merlin
hey,
just.
send
didn't bring
whoever's not driving. I guess I'll send a message out to Merlin. Tell him to grab this. Need a Civic Lake or something.
Cool. Sounds good. Did we get Jordalini's?
I
Please.
don't think you
Okay,
actually
let's
did.
not go as our superhero selves, and the car's already been seen today. Let's make sure to get it home, take a different vehicle.
Yeah, can we like have a civilian
Yeah.
vehicle?
Were we teched out in any way to like change?
Yeah, right now, you three are like full gear, so like it might be
Yeah,
nice to go home
I
in
got,
like
like, full makeup
civilian clothes, like
Yeah,
secret
I
identity
really got a
clothes.
shower. It smelled like smoke.
Thwack, you.
Probably-
I like straight up
Yeah.
inhaled it because I
Here's
was
what I would
running
say.
you in.
When you get back to the glade, the first thing you notice pulling in, it seems empty. Meaning you don't hear Marcus
Yeah, where's
anywhere.
What about Monty?
Hey, can I go emergency line Mark? Oh. Emergency line Mark. Would I have that as being his?
You'd have his
sidekick?
number. You could text him.
We
Yeah,
all
I
would.
text him.
One button. No, wait. One press is authorities.
One
Two
press.
presses is the glade.
So if you press it in the glade's gonna go on.
So 3 presses is
3 presses is that if that is
emergency.
If
huge
we were to double
emergency.
press it when we're at the glade and we know we are all safe,
Would it also alert the authorities or just the glade?
it would
No,
just alert the glade.
that's
and
part
so
of
if
it,
he's
is like-
here, he would be alerted.
Because that way, if there's a thing, it's like we shouldn't call the cops because they could get hurt or
You can
like
still
be
just text
more
him.
problematic.
It's
You could
I
just
text
text
him,
him.
Mark,
Complicated.
are you at the glade right now? Question mark.
Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot.
Text me back faster, please. This might be an emergency.
Dot 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 dot. Fuck you. Dot dot dot.
Bitch,
Sends in
I
quick.
send a
and then
bit.
dot 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 dot. Listen, stuff happening, robbery. Talk later.
He's texting during a robbery.
I would like to, August, send, in a weird way, being his apprentice, would we have, like, things like code words of, like, this is a serious emergency, like, are you okay? Would he have sent me that?
You can wait 5 minutes and get a message. Turn on the news. Channel 10.
Okay.
Turn it on channel 10.
Do we have a TV in this car?
Yeah. Oh no, this is back
We're
at the
back at the
glade.
glade.
Oh, okay.
That's why
I'm
it's like
just
getting to the
worried
glade
that
and
there
run.
might be somebody in here.
No, it's that it's
Okay.
empty. That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
you would know.
Yeah,
if
channel
it's
Yeah,
there.
10.
I was reading it as like the glade is empty, and I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, no. It's
Yeah, that's
empty.
how I
That's
was
the
reading
thing
it
is,
too.
in
Okay,
theory,
the
there's
mark's
always.
gone.
I mean, whether one
I
of you
was
guys or your like
asking
chaperones here.
about Monty,
Um,
he was there, so.
Okay. Very cinematically, without turning on any lights yet, I'm like, yeah, I'll just turn on the TV channel.
The state of Florida disposal facility was raided last night. Currently, no authorities have any information on such attack, but we are receiving news that there were some high-profile. As noise of the explosion in the background.
That's not an explosion, that's an a-hole.
That's an a-hole. Surprising that it can make that kind of noise. You should probably see a doctor. But what you see is the waste disposal facility was housing dangerous items and radioactive material that got raided.
I look over to you,
Pull out the note.
Toast Boy.
So,
I asked for anything cryptic.
well, you know, I thought it could have been from Merlin. I asked him really nicely if I could have it back.
Hey.
I don't know his handwriting very well. This does not sound
Can I
like it
check
was
the
one of our
database to see if
friends.
that's his handwriting? You would have a
I will
computer
tell
like
you.
that, right?
Fun fact: no one knows Merlin's true handwriting because technically he's a shape-shifting wizard.
Okay,
So
Psyche.
I thought it was from him, and I just wasn't gonna make a big deal because last time you guys.
Okay,
did.
Like
so
he
this
has like
seems
some
like
legitimate
something-
wheels churning.
And
'cause she wasn't
luckily,
there
you're the
for
only one with fingerprints on it. Put it down.
Yeah, you were off
She
with
was the only
Vanish when
one
they
I
were
don't
there
fighting.
have
not
fingerprints.
For
Oh, you're metal.
It's just
bomb
flat
thing.
chrome, baby.
the, was that bomb that
So wait,
was
then-
disarmed or
How-
sent away the same as the bomb that blew up Thwack? So the same person
Yeah.
who gives the tail back to Toast Boy is the same person
that.
who put the bomb on the
Make
civilian.
me an investigation check, or rather, here's what we'll do it. You can make a tech check.
Okay.
And I'll say, Toast Boy, you can offer the advantage because you're
Yeah,
one of the few
you
that would
get
have that
advantage.
immediate proficiency. So
Okay, that was a natural 19.
that's already really good using that intelligence modifier.
And that was cocked. Also a natural 19. So
Hey.
Hey, yo.
what would
It's
I
like
add
making
to
copies
tech
of
if it was
it.
flat?
Because if your
What's it,
intelligence is flat,
intelligence? So it's a 21.
or 21, there you go. Psyche, as that outside observer, you look at these two pieces of information. You're not even the main focus,
Mhm.
is what I would say, because with that tech check, while maybe the tech is similar to that vest, that again, this vest had stuff on it, you don't know the language basically.
Mhm.
But that doesn't make sense because wouldn't it be some form of English or romantic language? If, I mean, Scorpion is a human, shall we say, for lack of a worse term. Like, I'll give you. Because you're back at. Yeah, so with part of the tech check, I will give you what the information database has on him. Scorpion. Julian Diego Ramirez Fernando is a Spanish American immigrant who got way too into nuclear physics and power made himself this suit after a bit of experimental radiation poisoning to try to enhance him. And so part of the suit's true power is it siphons it from him to the tail. So actually, what you would know right now with that 21 tech, the tail is juiced out.
Okay.
Like, no bombs can come out of it right now. Like, if it was sent to the facility, which you're probably assuming already,
Yeah.
thankfully, there's no radiation in it. Like, because that already would be that big, oh shoot, we shouldn't have this in our house next to
Right,
our
yeah.
sinks, right? Like,
Bummer.
right. But it's
What do you
juiced
mean,
out.
Buck?
But
Free juice.
there's definitely got to be a connection there.
Yeah. Because like did I even see what the bomb looked like? That might
You
be
didn't get a good look at the bomb, but it's that, like, enough of talking to them, looking at the tail,
It's like,
and part of the
Speaking
tech
of
is
good
going
luck,
into
maybe
the
same
database.
person made the
Speaking of good luck,
Because
I immediately-
Mr. Ramirez Fernando is insanely
I
talented
saw
at
the countdown,
mechanics.
the symbols.
But what I would say is in the database, he's been under heavy prison guard in the undisclosed meta prison location that the United Nations runs since he got locked up.
Okay.
So if he's a part of this, it must have had to have happened before.
Okay.
But why are they connected? It's that on
Yeah.
a 21 you don't get that full connection
I'm
because
gonna share.
I saw up
my-
close and personal with the bomb.
yeah.
Can I take sticky notes and immediately start drawing all the symbols I saw from today so I don't forget them and we can see
I want you to make me a history check
a
with
history check of the past!
disadvantage.
Like, how many hours has it been?
Because you're
We did
trying
go
to
to
copy
Giordellini's.
Giordellini's. Well, no. Here's the thing: it's you're copying a. It's more than just copying a language. It's copying a language that
Curse
you
your
don't
beautiful
know,
links in those
and
charts.
it may not even be using the phonetic alphabet that we know. Right? It's that like
Yeah.
imagine
It
you're
would
trying
be
to
like
like
if we tried to replicate Syrian after looking
Syrian,
at it for 5
Russian,
minutes.
Mandarin, right? Like
Syrian
oh
that was
gosh,
flashing.
that's flashing, right? Like so it's like so make
It's like
me
you
with a
might be able to
disadvantage.
get basic
Maybe
shapes.
a basic shape, a basic symbol or two. It's gonna be really hard to just know. But you did
But I
see
have
it.
proficiency in history checks.
Yeah.
So the tail
So that
is pretty much useless.
I mean, it could be
Bummer.
a cool trophy.
Check.
Also,
for
not to be
bugs.
that warlock, but could we say
Can I
that my
take
Bush
the
Rider was
digital
short
roll I
Check it
just
for
got?
bugs.
Wacker's
What?
making a
Can I
good
take the
point.
digital roll I just got?
the bug?
Please.
No, we're doing
Please.
this in
It's with
person.
disadvantage.
Come on,
Make it
come
in
on.
person. Make it
I
in
got a
person.
nat 20,
Make it in person.
But it's with disadvantage.
With
anyways.
disadvantage anyway.
What is history again? Intelligence or wisdom?
History should
It is
be
intelligence.
intelligence.
Okay, so then that's just a +5. That is 16.
16 with disadvantage?
Oh, whoops.
My good lord.
15!
15.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage. 15 is so good. Yes, you have maybe 4 or 5 symbols. You don't remember, like, was that the right order? Is that even, maybe it was upside down? But you have some stuff. It's, again, not impossible to just know, hey, I just came from this, let me
Also,
write
I
down what I
write
saw.
down what the dude was rambling. Crazy ninjas came, put it on him. So crazy ninjas, like specifically your word for word from our session
Yeah.
last time. Crazy ninjas came, put it on him.
You gotta mention the cameras.
Camera turned on, message, well done, Vanguard, period. Do I
Okay.
remember, like, what type of
So-
font it was in? Was, like, a creepy font, Comic Sans? What are we talking?
It was in basic Times New Roman computer. Like, this was
Boring
a
mofo.
digital
But
font.
yeah.
Well, because
No
that's
fun.
untrackable,
No
right?
fun.
Like, I mean, if you're using
I mean,
it-
like, at least if
base.
you're gonna go for comedy, use Comic Sans.
So there was a guy watching us from the camera room.
Yep.
And we didn't think to check the camera.
We were a little bit busy making sure a man didn't die, and then
Little
they
bit.
didn't.
I really doubt he was there in the camera room.
And I
when
think
we
What
with
were
the
if there
message
was
from the
another
TV,
clue left?
No, I don't think he was physically there.
So I'm gonna dissect the tail and make sure there's no bugs or anything in
Oh,
it.
please. Can we do this
Yes.
as we're, like,
All the
eating?
while, I'm gonna just subtly skew our conversation to non-truths. And so if there is a bug before we like find it and go like, oh shit, there's a bug,
Yeah, right.
we can feed any false information.
He
You know, just
also said something about the pier.
that's
Make me a tech check. You've got your proficiency with that intelligence.
If it's,
Would
do we think
anybody
it would just be
lend me
audio?
help?
I would.
Oh.
I'd probably be helping.
It could be that too, because you already from earlier were checking out this tail.
okay,
looking.
that's just basic proficiency on top of whatever I rolled.
Mhm.
How about a 12?
12. You dissect the tail, and hidden inside one of the base components is what seems to be a bug.
Cool.
I'm gonna give you a point of inspiration because I didn't think you would think to look for it.
Shane
Oh,
deserves it.
shame.
Shane deserves it because you
He
would.
came up with the idea out of character. Like,
Oh,
Toast
out
Boy
of-
did it, but it was 100%
Please
Shane's
take that
idea.
point because I'm like I think that's clever. I didn't think anyone was. gonna.
And then I'm going to cast Lightning Lure on all the remaining pieces just in case I missed a bug and just.
The tail does that creepy like frog like
Oh,
like when
okay.
you because again once it's charging it functions. You
But
shock
not,
it. Goes in,
not trying to
goes
track, just to blast anything else that was on it to try to overload and blow its
in.
circuits.
Well done.
That
See,
means
I was
probably
smart. I
if
just
it's
wanted
a
to have it be
location,
like
they
a
might know
trophy.
where we are.
That's fine.
I mean,
Can we see if it was just an audio bug or was it GPS as well?
You have no clue. I will say because breaking it, shocking it, you would have had to kept it around and really dissected, but then that can get dangerous. Because what if it's got a camera? What if it's got
Plus,
like
we'd stopped for like 10 minutes at the Jort place, so they might just as well assume that
Jorts.
our base is in the basement of the gelato.
That's fair.
those poor Jortsmen.
Jortsman.
Jortsman's warehouse.
I will give you this then with the bug. You now know someone, obviously with that facility stole this, bugged it, and was able to put it in your car.
So they know what our car looks like.
Hey, can anyone just like open the doors to our car, or is it like we have special keys?
It's locked. Again, like whoever was driving probably would have locked it. Yes, I can.
With that, the tail being bugged, and Psyche kind of drawing the connection between the tail and the vest bomb, is there. That would be a stretch, though. Never mind. Because having any kind of identification, like low pings on the whatever it's called, the bug.
Yeah.
It's Sony brand.
It's no.
Yeah,
It's
was this Skull Candy?
actually, no. It's
Beats
one of
by
those.
Dre?
I will say the bug. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Because a good bug is
Sega.
meant to be like made of parts or nondescript metals.
So we at least know this guy is tech savvy. So
And knows not
it would
to use
explain
name
why he
brands.
was able to get into the car.
Yeah.
True. I'm gonna call Recharge and ask if we can send him all the broken parts of the tail, including the broken parts of the bug.
Yes,
Bad
you can.
idea?
You
I mean,
call him.
Psyche is just distrustful of everyone.
This guy
He's
pretty
a
much
pro
raised
hero.
me, other than my loving.
This is a pro. Like he
This is
Recharge
my
is
own
one of the
father's
official
image.
warriors, right? So it's not
Oh,
like you
sorry,
never
wait,
want
but
to.
no. We're pausing. Psyche.
No.
Finish the sentence.
No. Too late.
It's not right. No.
Do you have
Your
a
father was a what?
supervillain father sort of deal where
Is
The
your
Zoom
father
call
like
pops up with
super-
Recharge.
Hey, Recharge. Quick
Hey.
question. We got bugged. We're not sure exactly.
Yeah.
Ability.
Boom.
Oh, cool. When you're done with that, would you mind?
No,
popping
go
the
for it. Go for it.
Wait, who's that? Who's in the background?
Oh, you see, he like holds up the camera. You see already, it's like a bank robbery, something classic out in
Oh,
Oregon.
was Mark there?
Ah,
Just say no. That he's taking care of the thing situation I thought in Florida. Like as some dude stands up with a gun. No, what's up? What can I do for you?
Oh, so I'm sure you saw in the news we stole a nuclear tail a while back. Well, we didn't steal it. We defeated a supervillain.
Who
And
had
he-
Ah, yeah, you defeat him. I saw it in the news. Good
Yeah, we
job.
did. We turned it over to disposal, and then disposal was robbed, and somebody slipped the tail back into our vehicle with a bug.
Oh shoot!
Can
Yeah.
we-
Do you need me to come over? Are you guys being watched?
I don't know.
We have
So
no
we
clue.
destroyed the bug. We're not really sure
There's a
what.
guy slowly standing up in the background, like
Oh,
getting ready to aim.
6 o'clock.
Like he finger gun shoot electric shock. And bzz.
So yeah, just
Mm.
when you have a moment, if you could pop over, maybe tell us what the bug was, if possible, and help us make sure that.
Yeah, you
We
know,
have-
I
we
might
have
get
pizza
wrapped
and
up
gelato.
here. If you just want to tell someone at the pyramid, they'll pass it along to me back at my place.
We also have
were
a
just-
bomb that was in some freaky language we didn't
I'm not one for
understand.
bombs.
No,
That's,
the bomb no longer
we
exists.
just
We
wanted
got a
to know
language
like
from it.
tech stuff. Like
I hold
if
up the
you know
symbols.
any of the
It wasn't in anything
Okay.
of
No.
this world.
Boom! Like head kneecap. This last dude got down. Just whew. Sorry. Okay.
God, I
now I
miss
can
you,
really
Recharge.
talk.
Yeah, but the
No, I just want to offer. We have pizza and
we
gelato.
think the villain who set up the explosion at the paint factory put the bomb
Yeah.
suit on the guy. was also
Awesome.
watching us through the cameras and had control of like the screens
Like he
and the
gave
tech.
us a full cliche. Like
Listen,
gave us
guys,
a full
I'm a
cliche.
little busy. Just send me some stuff if you need. Check some databases. You guys got this. You're doing great. But yeah, I'll definitely take a look out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta say no autographs right now. I gotta take care of the bad guys.
Possibly new villains.
I'll definitely send you the bug. I might hold on to the nuclear bits just to play with them, figure out what's going on. But the bug,
That's dangerous, but if you
it's
trust
no juice.
yourself,
There's no juice, dude.
all right.
But if you could just let us know what the bug is, if it's just audio only, if it's GPS based, whatever.
Sure thing. Stay toasty, buddy. Oh
Thanks.
yes.
Oh, this is outside of
Yeah,
the Zoom call. Just two things. I want to try and like investigate or perceive just to make sure there's nothing else
Oh, please.
bugs
Can I help you?
in our base because it was empty when we got here.
Group investigation. Yeah. See if
And then what was the second thing? Shoot.
Look inside of your gator.
What was the second thing? I'm not cutting Monty open.
No, it's just like comically. No. You have to laugh to it of like just open them
the
out.
jaws of life and
Nothing
just
in-
reaching
Monty's
it.
probably much bigger now.
Yeah.
What was the second thing I
Recharge is
wanted
like,
to
all right,
do?
stay toasty, everyone. You guys.
Cool. So I want to.
Hey, computer, please run a diagnostic for any
The other
viruses.
thing I wanted to
He's
do
already
besides the
No.
investigation.
I'm talking to the main computer now.
Oh yeah, computer can run some quick diagnostics.
I rolled a 17 for my investigation.
Yes, investigation and
I'm not a tech-savvy person, but I know that's one thing we can do. Tell the computer to look.
21. for that.
21.
But then I wanted to do a separate investigation
Yes.
for like the database and just any kind of
Anything
hits
related.
on the information
Yeah.
that we have.
Can I get
that's
the help
going to
action
be
on that? 'Cause I wanted to do
a
that too.
full history check then. Databases is going to be full
Do you have
like
proficiency?
scouring the internet.
18 for the
18.
investigation. And
I
I'm
will
still
say,
trying to remember the other one.
the
So,
Glade
Yeah.
is
You want to do it the other way then?
uncompromised.
I
You
do the
think
proficiency?
everything's fine.
'Cause
Like
I wanted to give you
looking
the help
around, if they had bugged it, it must have been
Okay.
insanely well done. And like, why
Okay,
make
so that means I got
2 bugs if like you also know our base? Why not just attack us here, right? Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's
so
fine.
much they could have done.
Just in case, because I'm paranoid, even with that information, I'm going to ask if we can shut all of our electronics down, and I'm literally going to go around and like overpower, like try to blow circuits around the entire base, and then turn our.
Hey, except for
electronics
like
back.
maybe our security system.
Watch the front door for 5 minutes while I do
Okay.
this. I think that's better than having something hiding in the security system.
That's fair.
You
Side
can definitely
note,
do that, and
uh,
yes, you are bug free as far as you know. Like, it's that great feeling of like, it must have just been.
Cool.
Yeah.
John Jorgen von Jargon is tired.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who?
Just kidding. I'm not.
Oh no, I thought you
Um,
did.
What'd you get for the history check
We
first?
wanted to do it.
I had Cabaret do it because
Got
I have proficiency in history,
Gotcha.
and I got a 23
A
with the help action.
23.
I need
Well, do you have proficiency though in history? Because part of the thing is, I'm gonna start doing. You'll have to have proficiency in the thing to offer the help action.
Oh, what?
new.
Yes.
But you
The
did
first
roll
roll was
the
the
18.
The first roll was
First
18,
roll.
so 23 is fine. I'm saying that's gonna help later. Is like because there's so many checks you can make as a superhero. It's
That's fair.
how do I help them? Well, there's so much you could do. It's what are you proficient?
I
in?
would give you help because I have proficiency, but there's no way that I would have been involved. I would have been around
on a
blasting walls.
23 history check, the language.
Mhm.
No.
Oh, I remember the second thing. I thought about the language.
Mm.
Is there any similarities between the symbols that Cabaret wrote down and Eaglet's language?
Ah. There is none.
There's none. Okay.
That's an easy. That's not a roll need. That's
Oh.
like, hey, let's find a quick.
Oh, so
where
that's
she
something
wrote
like
her
your
name.
Yeah.
Her language is much more like what we would think of, like script that seems to flow as if someone took a talent, just one continuous line, mostly, right? Like it's a very fluid
So they're
script.
cursive.
Okay.
These are more what you could call runic, like blocky looking
Gotcha.
symbol
Okay. I
slash
just
stuff.
wanted to make sure that it's like there was no connection between
Her
you
planet
and your
uses
parents.
Great option and great idea. In the history database, you find everything on Scorpion. You're finding everything on like some of the fear factors. Looking through on a 23, there's not much else you don't already know. If that to like start with, it's
Okay.
thankfully
There's no villains from the past of like a couple of decades or so that did vague things with bombs or.
exactly.
Okay.
It's that thankfully, if there was bomb villains, which there always is, but like there's never been anything that matches this MO, and there's never been any repeat bomber or like dude like that would warrant something to be in a database of superheroes, right? Like that's a huge weight off shows of like, oh good, we are
You guys know
okay.
what this means?
He's new.
We have a new supervillain targeting us.
The new heroes.
This is cool.
This is
I feel
kinda
pretty
weird.
special.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna
also,
go text recharge.
Also, no, but also people are like, no, we need training on how to disarm bombs. Come back, everyone.
Oh.
Like everyone's like, just,
we need to wait for Mark.
oh yeah,
Because
Mark
we
is
don't know
gonna-
how to do any of that.
yeah. Well, do you know how to disarm a bomb?
I mean,
That means no.
I've
Okay.
done it.
No, I'm not buying
Not
it. We're waiting for Mark.
successfully.
No, we're waiting for Mark.
I didn't disarm it, I blew it up.
Yeah, he just absorbed
Currently,
it.
the Vanguard is 0 for 2 for bomb disarming. It's not going great.
Yeah.
I am gonna take a short rest, if that's okay.
Yes, I will actually say, unless you guys want to go back out, you can long rest if you'd like. Nothing more would happen today, unless you're going to
Yeah.
choose to go back out and patrol. But again, it's already way late. It's one of those like, unless you want to do a night patrol,
I'm gonna do a solid nap.
solid
And
nap.
naps,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
Can I, in a weird way, like bother Psyche, and kind of like just gently knock on the door, like kind of like.
Do you do everything in a kind of weird way?
Yeah, because for context, I don't know. Hey, you guys don't get to know the context yet. Because it's been long enough, you guys probably forgot. And so I'm like, hey, Psych.
Oh, is it my shift?
No, I wanted to talk. You okay? I
Monty
didn't
hisses
want
at
to.
you from the corner.
Wait, Monty. I like toss him a piece of jerky. Is he
What
appeased?
Monty?
I just
Are you gonna come in, or are you gonna just stand in the doorway like a weirdo?
I slowly open the door. I guess I'm coming in, and then I close the door behind me. I kind of want to talk one-on-one instead of front of the others, because, you know, we all have our secrets. 95% sure that Toast Boy's some form of kleptomaniac with the way he acts around that tail. But you said something about your dad, and basically I don't want to pry. I want to let you know that I'm here if you need me.
It wasn't that important. He kind of just left after doing horrible, horrible experiments on me. And I don't know if he's dead. He might be.
Huh.
I hope he is.
So
He's a
see,
shit
until the
person.
experience, or the experiments, I also had a shitty dad who abandoned me, but he just
Hey, yo,
never
same
picked me
dad?
up from.
Kidding.
Hey, yo. Nah, he just never
It's
picked me up
around.
from gymnastics practice, and that's how I ended up in the foster care system. So.
I mean, I still got a mom.
Yeah.
Little brother,
I
but
will actually say,
Good for you.
We do have the same dad.
after no, it's again like cross country dad.
You my
No,
dad.
Are you my dad?
Good lord. After a few hours, you hear the teleport pad powering up.
I run over to
stepping
it like, and I have like a gun aimed at it.
out.
This is not only for the bit, but this is just
Holding
in
an
case.
anvil over the thing.
I'm in bed.
That's a natural 20. Steps out. Immediately, you see a figure in a blue cloak, blue hood, with like fun black mask, who takes off the hood, sees the gun and anvil, immediately does a backflip, screeches. I need you to both make wisdom saving throws.
What? Uh-oh. Saving throw, you say?
I think Psyche would have heard
Would
the
you have
teleport.
15.
She's not gonna be immediately,
15.
hostile like these guys.
6.
But I'm definitely gonna be
You
there.
both fail. It's DC 17. This is a pro. High-powered sonic yell. We're just going, stand down! Like you are both stunned for a minute. Immediately, you guys run out because everyone hears that. I mean, like some gator in the swamp 2 miles away heard that, right? You run in, and seeing this normally, this is the pro hero Herald. you see Harold. This guy, like, close-cut black hair, much more tan. You think Hispanic skin. Has, like, again, this beautiful, like, very medieval style cloak and hood, classic black mask. You see just, my apologies, sorry, just reaction when there's guns and traps. Are you the new guys?
Yes.
Vanguard.
Nice,
Oh,
Vanguard.
of course you just do it now.
I'm here to be your chaperone. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, so did Mark
Hi,
get
where's
killed,
Mark?
or is he just off duty?
God, are you okay?
He,
Like,
he hasn't come
we
back
got
since
a
he
bug
left base.
planted on
yeah,
us. We
he's
are not
working
okay.
through with some of the Florida police in Merlin for this huge. They stole hundreds of gallons of radioactive waste.
No, we
Yeah.
saw on the news. We were just under the impression that when our trainer rotated, we would be alerted beforehand.
oh,
so-
I didn't know
yeah,
that. I
hence
was-
the gun
Yeah.
and the
So,
antidote.
so we were like, oh well, the one we had didn't come back. We have a new one. Something.
My
Wait,
bad.
Okay, cool.
Merlin and Mark said their best. They're gonna be. Mark thinks he's gonna be involved for a good couple of weeks with this because he needs to track down across country.
Maybe
You
they
where-
did
wouldn't happen to know how to disarm
send
a
something, but
bomb.
you kind of zapped everything.
So, on
The computer turns back on. Beep. New chaperone. More information later. Like in an email
Oh,
text chain
awesome.
as the computer finishes
I would've
loading.
checked that before I went to bed.
No,
well, no,
not
that's
with
the thing.
those
Is this is
jorts.
before you went to bed. I made the roll to see what
Oh,
time this
okay.
person would
No,
arrive.
you just like were getting
Um,
into pajamas and
Yeah.
that's
I have
like
a
full
grill
gun.
brush in my mouth. Like, who are you?
and news on that stealing stuff with the radioactivity. They also stole that nuclear tail and then put it in our car
With a bug.
with a bug in it.
All right, I'm gonna need that then to go take that immediately back.
I point
you
over
got
to
it?
Tiss Boy.
Who's got
I
it?
was sending it to recharge.
Smart idea. We'll let Recharge take a look. Sorry, yeah, again, my apologies. Don't worry, the ringing should
okay.
stop after an hour.
Do you want food? There's pizza that's turning cold in the fridge.
I'm good. No, I've got.
Okay.
I can make my own stuff.
Cool.
Yeah,
So-
but
Question: Do
I
you know how to
haven't-
disarm a bomb? Because I really want to do bomb training with everyone because of what happened today.
Usually, I just project the bombs into the stratosphere with my voice.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was gonna be my question. Is it sonic projections? What can we expect to learn from you?
Yes, the hero known as Harold. It's vocal projection and
Hark the
manipulation.
herald
You
angel
see,
sings.
he's like, well, don't know. Honestly, a bit more of meta origin. Kind of was born with this. Thought it was a curse for a while. Realized it's gifts. Mostly, I use it sonic attacks to stun or damage enemies. I've been able to know to throw the voice long distances, but that's never helpful unless I need to like message. And usually, it's got to be in open air. If there's any building, this doesn't work.
Very cool.
so
And let's see,
You
you
know,
guys,
like,
if I remember the
training.
briefing, you're the cartoon, cursed, not sure.
Yep.
You're the backflippy one, Mark's sidekick.
Yep.
You were Animato's sidekick for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Saw the news. You did some good stuff.
Sorry, what?
Are you the...
Vanish.
You're not the alien.
No.
Oh,
The
Alien
alien.
went
Oh
home.
my gosh! Yeah, that happened today too.
Oh shit! we
Alien
didn't
had to
tell
go back to
Merlin.
Homeworld. Apparently, her mom's probably been murdered.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
text Merlin about
I'll send a
that.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
If
just
you want to write
Florida.
up,
I'll do a report. Sometimes when we're in our own base, I forget that we have other people to report to. Honestly.
I get it. That's fair. But your Psyche, you must yes,
Yeah.
your Vanish
Yeah, Vanish.
sidekick.
Yeah.
And Toast Boy, I'm assuming.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah, let me know what you need. I'll be here. But yeah, I'll definitely take that tail now. Get that. I'll just
I've already sent it off to recharge.
perfect.
Did you?
Great.
Yeah.
I want to know
This is in a weird way because you
Oh
didn't
no,
tell
out of
about the
character,
note.
absolutely not. It's in
so
my room.
please
So
make me a
that's why
deception check.
yeah, I'm trying to be like you hit a note
Okay,
from us.
you guys know that it has no juice.
I know, but he's wanting to take it immediately, and I kind of don't want to disobey a
well,
program.
no, make a deception check.
Okay, that's cocked.
We're doing this fair. We're doing this fair.
That's 19.
19. I will say again, passive insight because it's Toast Boy has no reason to lie. you know he was saying stuff, and so yeah, even Harold just like, sweet, yeah, okay. If Recharge gets some stuff on it, he's the smart.
I'm gonna shoot him a look, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, because again, it's that's how passive stuff works indeed. It's that like unless it's obvious, you're never gonna know.
Who is the person in our group that was asking for cool tech? Huh?
It's okay.
I want a grappling hook. You get a bomb.
Well,
yeah,
I'm not
no.
saying I'll use it as a bomb, but if
Yeah,
we can harness it
I
and
would
change
really
it.
like either grappling hooks or ways to swing around better because acrobatics is my
You
thing.
use the
You know?
tail. Yeah, so Harold's gonna take some stuff.
Like a monkey.
Just kind of taking note of this. You can definitely make the report. What I will then say is,
On a side note, can I talk to Harold? I'm like, I had an idea. What if you did like this initiative with like other teen heroes, right? Where if you worked with like a local pizza chain because you can't see the workers in the back making the pizza, that it could be like a cover for their identity so they can still go to school and then have that excuse of I was at X pizza joint working that night.
why not just lie and say you work at a pizzeria? And if someone
Oh.
says I've never seen you there, you just say I work at the
I've
one
lived a
across
lot of my
town.
life having to over-explain myself.
No, you're good. I'm just saying I found lying works really well.
Yeah.
I've got 3 coworkers that think I also do overnight shifts as a janitor, but look at where I'm.
What's your day job?
Oh, I'm actually an accountant for H&R Block.
Really? That's.
Oh, cool.
Would you? Sorry, I hate to overstep.
Eh.
I don't know if we're living here legally. If we owe taxes on the property, would you be willing to?
Oh yeah, I do stuff for the Warriors all the time with the
Yeah,
pyramid.
can you make sure that we are
Legally,
all
this
clear?
property is owned
By who?
Technically, it's owned by the corporation known as the Warriors. Even though we're technically a non-profit, but we do have supplemental
because you have to own
funds
property for, like, the
from
Okay.
certain heroes.
So it is affiliated with Heroes, so we don't want civilians knowing we live here.
Have you guys not Google Map yourselves yet?
No.
You can easily. No, the road coming here doesn't exist. The building doesn't exist. Like, if someone were Google Mapping, Google Maps are like, I guess you could hike to this spot, but it would take you 2 hours through the swamp, right? Like, according to this, there's no road anywhere. Like, no. And with this, Harold says, like, it's honestly great. Unmappable stuff. You just put in the right computer system. Recharge does it for us a lot. And, I mean, come on. Who uses old-fashioned maps anymore? Everyone wants to use tech, so you're good.
Okay, so tech savvy villain couldn't just be like, this property. In
They'd
this
have to
place.
know it exists here first, and then...
Because that's what we think we're dealing with. And I, like, show the rest of the stuff we had to deal with today of, like, we got a message, like a cryptic one. We think it's, like, literally it was a test of some sort.
Well, when we moved here, though, there were like 5 different properties we were allowed to choose between, weren't there?
Yeah.
And which I would. The Warriors probably have hundreds of empty facilities around the world.
And usually they keep them out, because if too many things disappear off maps, people might notice. You get conspiracy theorists. It's that, yeah, you got the 5, but the second you chose, immediately they went to work. And just like, all right, they want this, let's put it off the
Well,
map.
how do you
let's
deal
move
with
stuff.
geo-trackers? You know, the people that explore abandoned places? How do you deal with that?
There are no places here.
Well, I know, like, for other places. Like, say, oh, this used to be an abandoned water park, but it's actually now a facility. How do you deal with people that, like, hike into the woods for fun to try and find these hidden places?
Oh, easy stuff. I mean, you'd be surprised how effective a gate and a lock will be. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's a non-accessible path, 9 times out of 10 they don't go. And if they get close enough, I mean, unless they have the right security codes.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah. It's easier than you think, but then again, that's our lives. It can always be either easy or dangerous.
Fair.
Listen, I don't mean to keep you kids up. Go get some sleep. I'll just communicate with Merlin some of the stuff you guys told me.
Oh, we need to communicate to Merlin about the shirts. We're doing shirts. We're doing merch.
Do we need to talk? I don't think we need to talk.
We need
all the way
to
up.
keep that.
Merlin is the head of the
Have you
pyramid.
I know,
found
I know.
subsidiary
About
companies
shirts.
to
That we're
do
planning
stuff?
to do it to a different non-profit every week. Like, I think first we're going to do
Then
summer
you're good.
projects.
If you were trying to
Yeah.
keep them away, we would talk through
No.
because we would
100%
just...
of proceeds are going to different organizations each
Yeah,
week.
go for it.
So, Can we keep enough to keep making the shirts?
I will say I did roll the accountant superhero. I will make a check. Any other hero would. Harold, known as Sylvan Squires, is he's by day he works with H&R Block. By night he's the Herald. Why not? It's 19. So listen,
Enough to keep making the shirts.
most places it's a threshold of what we would call non-profit, right? It's got to be something that you can sustainably live off of, but if you put yourself in a certain tax bracket, you're gonna have to pay your dividends and dues.
Well, I just want, personally, I want to have enough that we can spend money around our friends and around civilians that it looks like we could actually reasonably have jobs.
Makes
Or a
sense.
Yeah.
family.
Or families.
Or families. Here's what I'll say. Let's see. 4 of you, I know the Vanguard Protocols is now named. Hopefully we might see other heroes soon. Here's what I can do for you. We'll get you 1% of your company. That can go directly liquidated back to your own pockets.
Okay. That's not bad.
By doing this, I will say we're going to have to put it under the Warriors Company, because that will make it easier to get you money back. You don't have enough reputation, and no bank is going to want to let a bunch of teenagers have their own company with that much profit you could be estimated to make. He's going like full. He's taking over the computer. He's pulling up like 3 different Excels, 5 different
absolutely.
websites.
I'm okay with that as long as we are still recognized only as associates of the Warriors. As soon as we're able to be recognized not just as a group of sidekicks, but our own
You
superhero
see-
team, I want full rights to come back to us. Like
That's
that's
where
fair.
you're going to
I'm
want.
like word for like
Word
matching
for word,
him beat for
writing.
beat.
You're gonna
Like,
want to lawyer up. You see, he says literally in that sense. It was like, talk with Diamondback. She's great. She handles a lot of my stuff. But you're not gonna have to worry about that till any of you turn of age and want to do solo pro work.
Of course.
At which point, all of this should be fine. Yeah, this is something that will only be ever associated with the Vanguard. Any big business, if they ever want to back you, would realize it's through the Warriors. But that's obvious. No one's stupid. So yeah,
not
with
gonna hurt
this.
our reputation
I
at
can
all.
get you, each of you will be able to receive $300 a month.
Sweet.
That's not bad.
Cool. I'm gonna text Holly and ask her if she has like powers of persuasion. Like
Interesting.
if she can use her mental ability.
You see, she says, never tried. It's easiest just to disorient because, actually, she'll send back, easier to knock over the bowl of water than to balance a paperclip on it.
Practice with the paperclip.
Dot, 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 dot. The hell?
I'm just gonna send like 3 or 4 money emojis. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, never mind.
Good lord.
I
Yeah,
was actually gonna be
but you see, Harold just like, alright, yeah,
I'm not trying to make her do anything
Okay,
evil.
so
I'm just trying to
this
make her
is
convince
me asking a
people
question.
to buy our merch so we
And
I
get more
have a
money.
plus 8 to persuasion.
I'm
and I'm
not.
in charge of the social
Okay,
media,
Psyche,
so.
I'm not dissing you.
Yes, but
I'm
she
not
could literally
trying to
affect
rat.
people around here on the street.
I just saw that there was somebody used the teleport pad to go to a different city, and I was wondering if we are allowed to do that to the cities we're from to visit from time to time.
yeah.
Oh, done. See you
You're
guys.
not prison.
I walk over to the helipad and I immediately
It is like
Detroit.
10:35 at
Yeah.
night Eastern Standard
Oh,
Time.
yeah, easy. I'm in civilian clothes.
Where are you going?
First off, I'm gonna hit a pizza place, and a flower shop, and then a graveyard.
Or $300.
Where? I need you to give me the
I think
time.
it's silver pieces, right? Big pot.
Basically,
Are silver pieces
I
like a
am
buck?
going to the
Copper's
graveyard.
$1, silver's 10, gold is 100.
Where?
Because already you guys have spending cash.
They covered up.
What state is what I'm gonna say.
Oh, what state? Oh, Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, so we're dealing with not Eastern but Central Standard
Yeah,
Time.
Central Standard.
I'm gonna make
so
a
honestly,
quick
if
check.
it's like 10 in Florida, maybe it's like about 9 or so.
It is 11, or excuse me, almost, it's 10:35, coming up on 11 your time. 9:35. Little Caesars is open.
Yeah, I get Little Caesars. If no flower shop's open, I am definitely stealing from a public garden somewhere.
No flat, yeah, for sure, but you grab that.
And I head over to the grave.
Okay.
And that's where I'm gonna end it at that.
Cool.
And I'll come back in about an hour or so.
Yeah. You come back. It is now midnight this time, right? Or
Shortly before. Midnight.
shortly before midnight your time. Yeah, I confused myself. I lost a half hour in my own mind.
Okay.
That's
I
easy
haven't
enough.
been able to do that in a while. So.
To which I will say, as you all get this ready, Harold's got this worked up because again, most of the t-shirt companies are already working with the Warriors and stuff, right? Like it already was that like we want to make a deal. We know we're not gonna go meet with teenagers to make a shirt. Like if we get the design, we can start printing, and like our lawyers will contact their lawyers, right? Like most of that is handled out of book for you guys, thankfully.
Also, as a side note, could there be at any point a time that the Vanguard gets to work with Make-A-Wish and go to Disneyland? Or Disney World?
Why would you get to go to?
What?
Please?
Maybe
We're
maybe
not-
about time
Can we pretend to be
ask.
terminal children
No!
so we can go
Not
to
like that, I'm saying, if that ever happens in the campaign, basically,
Oh, like if a terminal kid wants to meet us?
Us?
yeah.
Why would they want to meet kids who have done like 2 things compared to like Iron Man?
That's fair.
That's like being like, I want to hang out with Miss
That's-
Marvel instead of like.
You want to
Thor.
meet the Blue Archer, this dude that's like super famous over in Arizona, this like awesome hero, or a random
Thwack.
hero from North
Yeah.
You
Thwack.
see, like, as we're talking about
Like,
this,
you guys are cool,
Doug just
but,
goes,
like,
I just want to go to Disney World, okay?
No,
My family
No.
never had money.
we have teleporters. We
And now
can
you
literally
pay
just
$300
go
a
next
month.
month.
Cool.
I will
Will you guys
say,
please go with me? Because it's really depressing when I do stuff on my own.
Yes,
Sure.
gladly. Let's
We
not
have to
say that
make
we
a
have to
wish.
have terminal kids waste their wish on us.
I just thought that's like the only way you could go to Disney World.
What? You
This
have
is-
money now. You can do what you
Ah!
want.
Oh my god, I'm going into my room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Everyone-
done too.
wait,
I'm
just-
sorry,
just-
done.
Can I get on the computer and like request a
I love
just
you,
an
Caps,
update
but
to our
no.
training program of like,
yes.
hey, could you give us a like bomb training protocol
Thank you,
program
Flack.
and a like medical training protocol program
Thank you,
because
Flack.
we've had like such situations, and just like send
Yes.
that email off to the
Here's what I will say: we are going to, wow.
Sorry.
rolls 1. No.
I rolled a 1% on the 100 percentile
We're dead.
of how well. Here's what I will say: there's no protocol because the protocol should be, if you're injured, leave, heal, and regroup. Like basically, it's that normal like. What do I do if I'm almost about to die? It's like, well, leave, don't die. Like it's
Like-
your
Abandon
life is
the
more
mission?
important than a villain getting away.
It's like AKA CPR if in process
Yeah,
of
right.
dying kind of medical.
Yeah, right. It's not like
training.
these should be normal. And like bombs, like you call a bomb squad, you evacuate the building, like, or
And
like
can
if
we add
you're.
in a new comment? What if bomb go off before bomb squad
Yeah,
arrives?
we're on the Quora.
What if
There's
We're on the
leave?
There's a timer and a person in the bomb.
Literally, yeah. I will say on the way, it's more of that like. I don't want to call it common knowledge on a 1% of like how much information this computer system might have. It is more of like utilize your powers.
We're the first group
Make
of
sure-
heroes that have ever had to deal with
With
this
the suicide
situation.
bomber?
Most people, most heroes, if
Suicide
there's
bomber
Well,
isn't
that's-
somebody who's asking
You're-
you
An
to be safe.
involuntary.
it's suicide bomber. There's ways again like disarming bombs and stuff. That stuff like you can just look up. I won't say online. That sounds terrible because like
No.
technically you can and
The
can't.
internet.
But it is that like what the training systems would have are like, oh, we can put this up, but it's like there's never gonna be a perfect way to know. But if you want, there's video. Like it's equivalent of searching something and finding a YouTube link. And you're like, well, I could have found that. I wanted something better. Because apparently, yeah, no heroes have ever had to deal with villains attaching bombs to civilians. Usually, supervillains of that caliber use their powers, and it's like, oh, well, I know to go for their powers, right? I guess maybe that's a better way to put it. It's like, oh, if a civilian's in danger, find out the source of the danger and neutralize based on the threat. It's like, well, the
that's what you
threat's a
did.
bomb, and how do I disarm a bomb? And it redirects you to how to disarm bombs, and it's like, well, no, but in a person. Computer system, but if you put out still the request, a hero can take up the offer to trade.
Yes.
That's just on that final initial before the end of the night. That like, what does our training holodeck have? Apparently nothing.
It's like you would think they would have a disarming bomb program.
Yeah.
Like,
Which they do, which is YouTube videos of like
but at
find
the
the
same
ignition.
time, like for example,
This
when
was
we
like
were
some
fighting.
other bomb.
Oh crap! What's his name?
Daddy Longlegs?
No.
Scorpion? Or
When Recharge and I would be fighting Glob, like we had to know like how do you dodge 500 or 600 pounds of flaming fat, and you know where it's like there's so many highly specialized situations. It's stupid that they don't have how to save somebody from a bomb in this aspect, but like it sort of makes sense as far as like, you know, well, when would any of you guys ever have to know exclusively like about fat and like what proteins hit harder, like how to know like if he ate what object, what's gonna make him attack.
and I
certain
think it's
ways.
also in that you guys are a brand new, I don't want to call it a trial run, but like our sidekicks can be their own team. You're legally not adults. They're putting you guys just out into the world, and so the holodeck
Oh, so
and,
we're,
and
like,
training
literally
stuff
the world's
was made
first
for you.
teen
They weren't
team.
expecting you within the first couple weeks of being
That's
a
why
teen
the high
team
schoolers love
to have a
Switch.
bomb strapped to a citizen level threat, right? They're thinking like, oh, you're gonna have civilians, maybe a super villain wants to come challenge you, right? Like, but that stuff you should know, especially.
It's more like if they put us on street crimes, the real supers will never have to deal with
You're-
street level again.
Yes, right. Like it's that level.
Well,
But yeah, so
Are,
like
are we like on street crime, like mob level
what I
crime, or,
will
like,
say
just
actually
gangs?
is
Okay.
now we are going to cut into, it's not a perfect like time lapse, but you guys have stuff you can start figuring out, but you also have now lives. You have stuff you can do. You have school, of course, during the day. You have cheer practice for a couple of you. Of course, immediately coming to school, you
cheering on the cheerleaders at cheer practice.
making sure I get the name right. Coach Ernest is livid that Sarah, this like star off the bench fresh quarterback that helped win the homecoming game, moved back to her home
Hey,
country.
it was a family emergency, dude.
What family?
A death in the family, man.
But like, where'd they come when the death happened?
DM.
Like,
When did
yeah.
the death happen?
That's something we were supposed to talk about. Was
Yeah, what's
where
that
our
called?
son
Yeah.
Nicholas
Death in
is
the
from.
family. She's from Austria.
Austria.
Okay.
I thought it was Hungary.
There is no such place as Hungary, my friend.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, she had to go back to Austria. Her mother died, Coach. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just like Zoom for the funeral, but stay for the game.
Wow.
Coach. We all know we love this game. We're here for it.
2 more laps.
Okay.
That's enough out of you, Trevor.
I'm sprinting backwards.
Yeah.
As I'm
Trevor's
like,
on the
Coach,
cheer
that's a
team."
dead person. Like,
Yeah, people die every day. I get it, but I mean, football is
Coach, are you
it's
married?
so immortal.
Coach, do you have a mother?
All right, that's not your bed. 3 more laps.
all right.
I'm gonna use persuasion on Coach.
Just straight up.
Just persuade him to just not be a dick.
He's not even like that. It's just he's so narrow viewed. I'm just like, it's high school football. What's more important?
You'll never understand the epic highs and
The
lows of
of
high school
football.
football. It wasn't great. It was a 11.
He's gonna be salty about this all year because
Yeah.
Derek's good. Like, and you realize Derek has been a little sad, maybe melancholy, but
This may be a waste, but I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on Coach, and I'm gonna because I can choose what it looks like. I'm
Yeah.
gonna choose for it to look like one of his dead loved ones, and I'm just gonna have it hang around him for the full minute, not attacking him, but just like as he's like, people die all the time, just like one of his dead loved ones, just like in front of his
yeah,
face.
you see as again using electricity to enter his mind, sparking those triggers. Sweet smile of Jesus, Grandpa. Shit. Should probably stop day drinking. Ugh.
The next lap that I pass him again, I'm like, Coach, why are you worried about people who are dead?
Listen, people die. They die. You know how many times you have football in your life? Not a lot.
My gosh, this guy's like Uncle Rico.
It's very much. He is the coachiest coach.
To ever coach.
Within as the weeks go on, cheering on the cheering squad, also working with Yearbook, having fun with these interviews. The Vanguard is doing great online, and you guys are doing great in school. Actually, I would love everyone to make me just a
How's Kelly
pure. Oh, wait a second. Let's just make just straight intelligence check. It's loading. I mean, honestly, it sounds bad, but I'm never gonna give you disadvantage or higher
That's a
DCs.
nat 20.
Psyche, you immediately go from valedictorian of your old high school to valedictorian here. Like, again,
For a total of 20.
I mean, in the next couple years, but immediately you've got the 4.0, everything. Even coming in, you made up all the late work. You're fine. 15.
I think I'm just intentionally middle of the road. Like even like my
Fun
tech
fact.
class, like
This sounds so horrible.
17.
17. The DC, with no extenuating circumstances, just start of the school year, it's a DC 7 to just stay on top of classes. A 20, you are excelling. Like, you guys do fine. What did you get, Cabaret?
Okay, 9.
9. Yeah, it's that, like, it's tough where you're like, oh man, there's those nights you get back after some patrol and you're like, oh shoot, my geography report. Right, but like, you're getting it. It's a 7, like...
I like very sheepily keep knocking on Psyche's room, like, Psyche, help!
The Florida public education system isn't difficult to pass if you put in...
I tried to
bare
help you with like math once, and I did that annoying parent thing where it's like you don't get it, and so I just say the question again louder.
Like, why are you saying it loud?
When x is equal to 5!
Yeah, literally.
5! 5! 5! And you
Whereas,
just start repeating the word 5, right?
Psyche with a +5 to charisma will be very gentle with helping.
Psyche does much better.
Thank you.
asks me, and I'm like,
No.
Oh,
I asked you
Pulls a
once
rubber
and
duck out
I
of
never.
thin air.
I asked you once and I'm like, the answer.
pull
Psyche's
something
like,
out of pot, throws
Look
it
at
in the air,
hand.
and
Just like-
disappears.
like
What
poker,
if
I'm
you
like
just give
money
the
out of
grades
the pocket.
because you can pull out a fully graded workbook from your pocket, and it's like
Well, technically, it's a cartoony workbook, though.
And so it's like 2 + 2 = fish. And
All
I'm like,
the
this is not
answers dance and laugh and hold hands and ring around the rosy every
but
so
are
often.
they the right answers?
Well, and when they're not dancing.
bad. Just stop dancing.
But no, school's going great. Everything seems to be going really well. So I will ask in this balancing that like school work and of course keeping on the lookout for heroes, villains, and stuff pertaining. Is there any other things you guys want to start like incorporating into your lives? Because again, t-shirts are already booming. With by next month you'll have your first paycheck, shall I say, or that like dividend given to everyone for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what is the situation here for LGBT people? Because
yeah.
Dove is pan, but so in
Yeah.
theory she could just not go for the crushes she has on gals, but she would not.
There is, of course, the full LGBTQA plus community. They have a full club at the high school. They have actually being
Wow, this is quite
September.
exciting for Southern Florida. Seriously.
Well, they have that, and then there is also the Teen
Yeah.
Conservative Florida Club. Right? It's a very
It's mixed.
Florida is one of those. It's a mix.
And because it's in the city, so it's mixed.
Holly and I think would subtly go to that one, and I just ask, like, holding her hand, looking like a super cis couple, and then I'd ask her to disorient everybody in here every time they talk about, like, being gay is a sin, and then everybody just gets a headache.
Yeah.
My pastor told me.
What's wrong? Keep talking.
After this club meets for 2 weeks, immediately they have to move rooms because they think there's a gas leak.
We're just part of the club. We're part of the club.
Terrifying. On paper,
Trevor goes.
Trevor
to the Teen
is a part of
Conservatives.
the Teen Conservatives for Florida.
Which,
Only to
is so
fuck
weird
them
'cause
over. I
isn't
love
Trevor
it.
openly
here for it.
friends with Dove?
Openly friends with
Yeah.
people that are a part of these other
Well,
clubs. But
hate the sin, love the sin.
At the Glade that night, I literally punched you in the face like, I know it's a cover, but motherfuck!
I think
Um,
Psyche would be curious as to any admirers she has.
I will say this: would all of you make
Hey,
me
yo.
a bit of what we're going to call a gossip check? It uses charisma.
Do I need to? I will, but I don't
you.
care.
Yeah, I know. It's not like I've got a good relationship.
Or just know what people
Really
think
stable
of your relationship. What you
Yeah, I'm unaware. I got a 5.
You got.
I like Holly, and I know she likes me.
There is no possibility of anything else
Nope,
but this.
not
23.
23.
Although
It's a
Lincoln,
natural 19.
Natural
for
19.
24.
Ooh,
Lincoln has a
24.
feeling Kelly's
Plus
into
5.
this.
Bummer.
Nat
I rolled
20.
a 19 too,
Um,
but I had a +4.
Here's,
I
let me
can't
bring
remember.
up some of these children here. These fun
I don't
little...
like the way you said that. I don't like the way you said that.
That was a
you are
horrible
all
way to say
minors,
that.
so...
That's fair.
I know, but
It's
I'm
not
not
fun.
saying I'm gonna bring up these children.
Respectful.
Because
What,
also,
you
as
know,
soon as I haven't
all
said-
of you will learn something different. Thwack. It becomes very apparent that Earl Jimenez, head of yearbook, you're kind of like number 2,
E.
shall we call him now. E has the most hardcore crush on Psyche. It used to be Kelly, but you have successfully leveled the playing field of
Of,
that
like,
classic
people.
hierarchy. And so
People
now
are people.
Earl
We
cannot
control the
get through a full sentence whenever, like, if you and Psyche are, like, coming out of class together, anything, E is just, like, dead in the water. And Psyche, you don't notice that just because it's not like, oh, it's...
I'm too focused on grades.
You're too focused on grades, and there's other things, because I will say,
Like 25. So.
I did get a 25 though.
on your
Or 24.
24...
Have you done the pick crew, Lincoln, for your character?
I-
What he looks like?
did.
I did. There's no like metallic option.
those at home can see
I
it.
just wondered what like Trevor looked like.
Trevor.
Oh,
Well, that is basically Trevor.
yeah,
with
that's
some of
Trevor.
that.
Trevor. Just imagine he has a metal face.
Okay.
Silver.
Well, imagine.
Uh,
Oh, and his hair would be like a normal blonde when he's Trevor.
Also-
Trevor.
People always dunk like, oh, how did they not tell it's Superman? Clark Kent effect. It's real.
Dude,
You know, and
Dolly
I-
Parton
I-
lost a
Here
Dolly
we go.
Parton lookalike competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So did Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
He lost
for
a
the
Dolly
Wolverine,
Parton
yeah.
lookalike.
Yes.
A
It's
tragedy. A national
I thought I
tragedy.
had. Here we go. My high school name. I
Got you.
could not find.
See, I'm glad we're becoming better friends. This is. I like this dynamic.
Good.
that's
This is a
going
fun
on.
name. I'm loving this.
I like
Here
it.
we go. Jury name. There is Psyche. E, but you're not noticing him. There is a girl, you think her name is Allie, that you've caught in your, like, second period math. Total 9 out of 10. But it's that on
She's
24,
a 9, but
it's falling a 9. But what you've noticed, she is definitely in the more, like, clicky clicks of, like, it's that we're friends with everyone, but you're like you're that group,
right.
and you're not
It's
sure
friends
she's
with-
dating anyone. It's that definite though, like, that's a 9.
Yeah.
Dove,
What was her name? Sorry.
Allie,
Allie.
Allie.
Allie,
Oh, my Allie. The Allie. Cat.
Cat.
I freaking love that movie.
Did you guys know Ophelia, my cat, actually watches and loves that movie?
That's good.
Like she can tell whenever the tone comes down. And she just, like,
Cabaret
sits
or
and-
Dove.
It's 'cause of
It
O'Malley.
took you a
The alley
while.
cat.
Because it's that, like, especially when you're with the cheer squad doing stuff,
Oh. It is
after a while,
information feed.
an old boyfriend of Kelly's. It's that, like, you get the, like,
Oh.
Kelly used to date this guy. His name is Remy Paul.
Oh.
Who is, like, 10 out of 10. His family moved from Brazil. Technically, he's dual citizenship. And what gets you is one day after cheer, you come out of cheer and realize the weightlifting class has been working full shirtless, rippling peg. Like, just kind of like finishing that press, throwing the barbell down, just like, kind of. And you realize because
Please
he
tell me
waves.
he's like chubby muscle.
And you think he's waving at you, but you hear Kelly just like, "Hey, Remy," and just kind of like walks by, and he goes back, and he was waving at like an old ex, just that like polite.
Mhm.
But
I
like,
walk
yeah,
by and dap him up.
He has no clue. I just like,
You haven't met me.
hey,
Trip, trip.
how's it
I'm
going?
the only man on the cheer team. I'm here to.
Yeah,
Are you
no.
not on the football team? You look like you're on the football
I have.
team.
We've never met before.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we gotta be friends. Like one guy to another guy.
Yeah.
My name's Trevor.
Hi. Yeah. Remy Espo.
You must be pretty new here, huh?
I've been in this city about 6 years now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See you around. And then I walk away.
Dude is so flabbergasted, just like, well.
I want to ask, with that D20 could I sense if it's gonna sound so toxic? If Kelly in any form is a little fruity at all, from based
I would
on
say
past
on a
exes.
nat 20, I'll give you this, because again, that's part of that. Like, hey, what's the social gossip of the school? You don't think so.
Not in
Either
any form?
because if she is like maybe a little bi, it's more that like she's never dated that way, and that doesn't mean she's not, but it's that like she has seemed to always date usually men. So it's that like, okay, like
There's no like ex in the past that is like non-binary.
not I will say with a nat 20 there's definitely no. But it doesn't mean no, it's just that like it's tough to tell where you're like, alright, maybe?
And the question, so with that nat 20, sorry, does that mean this Brazil dude?
Oh,
It's just gossip around
Or is
this.
it
it's that gossip. Again, you guys like coming in. Most of you are actually in your sophomore to junior year officially, like by title. It's that like they had like a month in sophomore year where it was like that. Ooh, the it couple, and are now just. Well, they're both seniors now. He's just like chilling. It's that like okay.
August.
Do I know any of
Yes.
this?
Is there like a black student union that Psyche can?
Oh, there is. Yes.
Discriminate against.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Psyche is mixed.
Toast boy, stop. Psyche is.
You need to
mixed, yes.
stop attending those
I'm
meetings.
gonna
Please.
step into the bathroom for a minute and clear my head.
Please.
Take a moment, Toast boy. Take a shower.
Shower.
Actually, yes.
Sorry.
You, Psyche. Yes,
Oh my
because yes, your mother being African American, and you're assuming, yeah, your dad probably was definitely more Mexican, is that idea, and so joining, Black Student Union for the Black Lives Matter club union that they have, you can definitely join that.
Sick.
I got a question.
Because they meet, they meet bi-weekly, but usually it is then going to other like rallies and clubs that usually are going around in Jacksonville or like around the area.
And Psyche being super charismatic is gonna want to try and like climb up the ranks.
Yeah, like hey, I want to like really help. I want to like I don't just want to be here. I want to actively do something in the club. I like that. And so here's the best part, Thwack.
Yes.
Bellamy Booth is such an enigma around school. From like what all of you are getting, it's that people are saying, I heard Bellamy went out with Addison Rae last week. No, dude, obviously not. No, Bellamy, no, you don't get it. Bellamy actually got texted by Timothée Chalamet to go to the premiere. No, it's that like, because it's that like, there's no way he's dating any student. Like, you have that random charisma of a cartoon character, and so it's so hard. Like, I'm sorry, tell me the sexuality of Bugs Bunny. Right, like,
Yes,
now, right?
right.
Like, it's that
No,
vibe
it's-
of, like,
Same
he
thing
could
with the
pull
gender
gods,
roles.
and yet, like, what? Right, like, so Bellamy, it's very much that you're not sure.
And it'll be like random days out of the blue that I show up like fully like decked out and like
Yeah.
swagged out.
Exactly.
But then like every other day I come back and I'm just like that nerdy looking. But like
Straight up.
I gotta keep them on their toes.
The hair gel, the pompadour, and then day 2, you got a pocket protector, right? Like, but with that, the current underground rumor, and I'll say it was started by E, is that you turned Kelly down. But, of course, anytime Kelly, no. Nothing from her, like absolute hard shutdown. But that's the thing is like, oh, because, yeah, why would you admit to it, right? Like, very conspiracy gossip on your end, like, there's nothing
Love it.
concrete yet, but it's such a conspiratorial, like, I heard, like, she asked him, like, full out, and he hard shut down.
And I'm gonna like
Uh,
hop into like any club that I can. I'm not affiliated with one specific club, but I'll just like go to all different kinds and just like
Yes.
drop in and show face and then be like, yo, what's up?
One day you're in
everyone.
the Teen Conservatives of Florida. One day you're in the Black Lives Matter Student Union. One day you're in the full LGBTQ plus club. Like, every day. And, like, chess, the Harry Potter, the every club. No one can pin you down. And he exacerbates this by starting to slip in indoctrinate photos of you into all the club photos on, like, the school blog and everything. You are that every school has. You're not the popular kid, like, you know, the head, but you're also not like unnoticeable. Just everyone seems to know you.
The school cryptid.
Yes, literally, it's such a cryptid moment of just like, oh yeah, Bellamy came to chess club. Excuse me, he literally was watching episode 4 for the Star Wars club for, you know, Legion 501st, right? Like, excuse me? He literally, right? Like, no one can pin
No,
you
he was
down.
at cheer practice with us.
Yeah, right. No, I saw that. He was taking pictures with the, right.
Always cheering on the cheer squad, but like, sup, Kelly?
No response.
What's up?
So tell me what I saw with that 5.
With the 5.
Oh,
Holly
these
loves
guys.
you. You love Holly.
I have a question, Ox.
Yeah.
With the Nat 20, I was actually wondering if I knew anything about people who are thinking about Dub. Like, am I really an unnoticeable person?
Is Dove an interest?
Dub, not that you're unnoticed. It's very much the Nat 20, and this is where, like, coming down off the very specifics, that's kind of where I was going. Like, here's what you're getting with that information. You guys are, this is going to sound so weird, but it's the only way. You are desirable. Most of you. Even on a 5,
The
you're the
students desire
male
my
chick.
carnal flesh.
Oh, no.
Thus they crave.
Made of metal.
It's that,
They
like,
don't know that.
being a
They
cheerleader,
crave that
Dove,
mineral!
you know that there's a couple people, Dove, that, like, both men and women that, like, want to date you. Like, Trevor, it's that, like, I mean, if he wasn't dating Holly, I would ask. Like, Psyche, you've gotten, like, even an off to of, like, those soft invites of, like, we should, like, totally go get some, like, Jamba sometime. Right? Like, and Thwack, it's always that, like, what are you? And I want to be your friend or possibly date you, or maybe we're enemies. Like, there's so much, but all of you have that
Gotta
really
keep 'em on
fun,
their
like,
toes.
It does.
keep the people wanting more.
And actually, I want to
I know
just
a
check
place.
in on our gig. at
Jorts,
Jan.
Jordalini's,
We're gonna make it a big place.
Gelato and Jorts.
Dude, no, Jordalini's, anytime
There's a dress code.
Holly
They
and I are
won't let you
hanging
in.
out,
You don't have to
and-
Oh no! If you bring jorts, you get half off. That's
Just
why.
because
the
you
fans
know,
are
Half off. It's
booty.
like the jorts.
No, what if they're booty jorts? Is it free?
Oh, booty jorts. Jorts. Once you are in
No,
the
they
jorts
cost you
booty,
ton.
technically, as long as it's not a thong, they do have to ask you to leave the establishment, of course. No, once they get,
Ghost Boy was the one to discover that fact.
once they double cheeked up and they go leave.
But I'm your number one
Please.
person. I'm your number one.
Tears in
Jordan's
their eyes.
popular
Please.
teen hangout. I'm gonna make a.
Can't you see we don't want you anymore?
I'm gonna make a popularity rank roll for Jordalini's.
I love that this is the campaign that goes from like, okay, we're gonna sell our merch, we're gonna be very smart about this, to like, I wear a thong bikini that's jorts.
on a
then
pure
it goes to,
50%.
guys,
Jordalini's
I think we're
getting
being
yeah,
followed.
every so often. Yeah, I mean, take someone out, doing soft days, doing things right, like just hanging out with people. Jordalini's is getting popular.
Can I-
Everyone's got jorts these days. It's Florida, right?
Is
Like,
there
who's not
any
gonna wear
queer
it?
gal who's on the cheer team that is interested in me?
Oh, so here's
Do any
yes,
of those
yes,
stars align?
because here's the thing. Samina and Dion, the two openly
they
queer
in a
women, they're already in a relationship. Is the problem?
Damn.
Samina and Dion, they've been in a relationship though since the 9th grade.
Which,
It's like one of those.
It's a cute
Celine
one.
Dion.
It's a
Maybe I'll
cute
hold
thing.
back.
Yeah, no, like
They're
uh,
gonna stay together till they die.
Samina and Dion, like
Selena,
Samina
yeah.
actually also African American in the Black Lives Matter union with you. She and Dion's or excuse me, Samina's lived here. Dion moved here about like middle school. They've been a couple since freshman. It's that like, they're the goal kind of couple, right?
Mhm.
Like they're cute.
Like they're like old, cute couple months.
And
you're
here's
new
where I'm gonna make a
guy.
quick roll. See, not like how long it takes before bad stuff happens, but you know,
Well,
like
and
I
do
just
in the
wanna-
meantime,
I wanna take
when I'm
someone
not
out
at
on a date.
school or training with these guys, I would tell you three that I'm on a date with Holly, and sometimes that would be true, but also sometimes I think Holly and I would go and train together.
Hey yo. Nice. I
Interesting.
I want to try see if there's anyone.
I'm
I
just
don't
doing
know.
a quick.
Dove has no idea how to interact with kids. Hurry.
How
How?
do date?
Because for many years, no interaction with anyone. Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Okay.
Which
I
crap,
couldn't
I
remember
don't really
what that
wanna
role
tap
meant.
into the backstory.
It's been a good couple weeks. Again, during the nights you've had your classic, like, there's been the muggings, there's been B&Es, there's been daytime robberies. You guys can handle those. We're very, if ever, going to run those kind of encounters because it's like, we can do this. Unless things happen, it's so hard not to succeed at these, right? And you're getting better at working as a team. It's noticing like, hey, not all of us have to go to like a B&E because we know if we send Cabaret and Thwack real quick, you guys could probably take it out while we head across town to answer a quick fire alarm because we could probably do some better stuff for that.
Combo moves.
But
Combo.
after a while,
I wanted to take someone on a date. Okay.
well, here's what's gonna happen. Cabaret, as you sit here, walking up to this girl in your geography class, at this moment, the TV turns on. Because a student has run in, just said, everyone turning on their TV real quick. Your teacher turns on, again, that history teacher, geography, breaking news. As you realize, we are coming to you live from the Jacksonville Mall, where a boom behind you see a bunch of yarn has spread out spiderweb like across
Oh, I
these
can do
buildings.
this.
And just a supervillain attacking you see coming out, a man wearing full turtleneck yarn knitted hoodie, and lights down, very like being suspended like a marionette, lights down, just come to me, Vanguard, prove your worth against the knitter. Like you see the reporter like screams, ducks as boom, like
Maybe
something
the same
hits the side of
geography
the
class
head.
Me in the class, like, what the shit kind of a name is a knitter?
The knitter.
I want to
see,
start that before I go. It's like, that's a shit name.
you see all these people like, yo, like that's a and that's where we're gonna take our break. We will come back after the break. See you all in a few. And welcome back. We were back off for break. Thank you all for those in the chat that
I
stayed.
had to tinkle.
Had to go. It is about 2 hours staying in school. It's about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The TVs in school have been turned on because this is big news. A supervillain has started destroying the Jacksonville Mall. What would you all like to do?
I'm sending it.
Harold. Harold now.
Message to Harold.
Should we message? I was almost gonna say we should call. No, I'm pressing the clicker twice to alert the Glade, and then I'm texting him and saying,
We need
you know,
to hold
we're-
our cover.
yeah, if we leave now, our cover is blown. Can you take the knitter?
Yeah. You send that. You see immediate response back, just like, yeah, I'll do my best. I'll try to get there as fast as I can.
Thank you.
On the TV, you watch as just watching as the knitter pulls out 2 long spindly needles, out of his back, and kind of like crosses them in and around. You watch as each of the yarns seems to start piling into gross-looking dog-like beasts. No nose, eyes, or mouth, but still yet jagged teeth that, like, where the knitting needles come for the mouth, right, made of supplies. And so you just, I see, afraid to fight me. You'd rather save
I
innocents,
text
but
the
not
chat.
these
I really think I can
innocents.
try and slip out. If I say, oh, I'm gonna be sick, and then I hide in like an individual gender-neutral restroom, and then I sneak out through a window.
After 5 minutes watching, you see the new. No, they're not coming. It seems like someone needs incentive. You watch as these yarn dogs, we'll call them, start boom, 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 bounding across. The reporter turns, just starts screaming, go, go! But you watch the camera, boom, falls to the ground.
I'm sneaking out. I
Okay.
draw the line at getting civilians hurt. If this dude was
We
just...
wouldn't have been able to make the mall in 5 minutes, anyways. This guy's
Yeah.
just stupidly
I
impatient.
can sprint.
Um,
I can go kneel.
Yes,
Psyche is gonna
but
give some excuse to the teacher or something. This is too violent for me. I'm gonna step in the hall.
She's
Yeah,
just-
I think I'm gonna
That's
vomit.
totally okay if you need to go to the cafeteria.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna vomit.
Psyche's gonna sneak out.
Okay?
I think
Because
I'm
at
gonna-
least like we can regroup outside of the classroom.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
If like you guys could, you don't even have to leave the school. It's just like leave your classroom by like giving some excuse just to like talk in person.
I got a shit.
that's
You're mad, dude. Excuse me?
And I get up and walk out.
I gotta
Here's
ask,
someone-
how well known is the knitter?
The knitter.
and where's he been located?
Make me a history check. And that's the thing, not being at the Glade, this is kind of just that like.
I rolled an 11 for stealth to just get out of my classroom.
Mr. Trevor, are you okay?
I'm alright. I'm feeling. I have some friends who work at the mall. I'm gonna go call them and make sure they're okay.
Okay, please do. We'll try to start back class here soon, but
Oh,
thank
or
you.
you're just gonna casually go back to class?
I'm sorry, we're not
Were
going.
you teaching during 9/11?
Excuse
You just keep the class going and I leave.
You can take. Don't come back to class. Please, to the principal's office. Just shouting after you because that's just like so rude to say.
We're
to teacher.
literally watching somebody get killed at the mall.
As far as you know, yeah.
Hey, Mr. DM. That's an egg.
There's no way. There's
Be
no
my
way.
eyes.
What are you rolling for?
Where are you
Yeah, nat 20s.
2 nat 20. Fine.
To
Let's
stealth-
go!
Knitter is a villain that appears ever so often. Most people think he's just mentally unbalanced. Because, like, someone who got some sort of superpowers and just robs things, does what they want, ever so often can get, like, captured, but, I mean, broken out by other villains. Because, again, not like true agent of chaos, because, like, he is competent still, but it is that, like, the dude's just a wild card.
Has the dude ever been to Detroit, Michigan?
No.
I was gonna try
On
to
that tweet, he works along the eastern seaboard, or that, like, you might see him, yeah, Florida's not out of the bounds, because, like, oh, yeah, he's been to Georgia, or up and around New York, right, like, it's one of those villains, like, again, you never want to stay in one place too long, or you will get beaten.
I kind of, side note, as I sneak out, I'm, like, holding the note in my hand and, like, hey, do you want to go out sometime, Dove? And I'm gonna try and, with my monk stuff of, like, I'm able to kind of manipulate air. I it over to her desk, and I slip out the door.
You can make a pure luck check. Okay. You don't
Come
know
on,
what
it won't
happens, but
No, it would have made it there because I'm able to control the wind so then it lands on her desk. That's
but you
literally
don't know
an
what
ability.
happens when you leave.
Yeah?
Or if she saw it, or if she saw you do that.
What? No, I would have been able to. Are you kidding me?
In school, crumple paper and manipulate the air to carry a note across a room to someone's desk.
I mean, people are meta-powered all the time in this world, yeah? Yeah, it's whatever. I just played off that I have, like, wind powers, but they're not that powerful.
We'll see what happens. I made a roll. If that's your choice, I'll allow it.
I'm like assuming I'm near the door.
I'm making way worse choices.
Actually,
so-
yeah, no, that's fair. You're making more of a
Technically,
scene.
I think
Like,
you've got suspension.
Linking
but-
to Eleanor, you're fine. Toast Boy would probably be like, what the hell, we're in school. But, like, who cares?
You guys can easily
There's a
meet out of
person probably
class.
getting murdered.
Um, Yes, what is the goal or vibe? Like, me out of class, do you still want to try to go now? Like, because getting out of class,
Normally our
yeah,
fastest
wasn't
mode of
really that...
transportation was equal.
I mean, we brought the car today, didn't we?
Could I just roll a pure luck check to see if I, like, put turbo mode in the car?
In your civilian car?
No, because our civilian car...
It's, yeah. Please do.
Which also, would it have our
It's a
costumes?
15.
I'll
We've
say
been
that's fine.
smart enough to put our costumes in the cover.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, like,
Having extra sets
because
of
I will
costumes.
say, like, as much as that, like, do we leave school? It's a very natural, like, let's have our costumes or tools at the ready. Like, you don't want to be caught off guard, right? That's fair. And so, yes, turbo mode will get you there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, I walk out, I poke my head into the principal's office on my way out, and I'm like, just so you know, I said a really offensive thing to the teacher, but I'm going home. I will take whatever suspension you want.
Mrs. Iglesias looks up at the principal. Excuse me? As you, I'm taking myself home.
I will come back for detention, but I'm going home.
Yeah, principal in the front office who's looking at the television. Somebody's kid up. I said something offensive to my teacher. Goodbye. Like, what?
I'm being responsible.
And you can also play it off like,
That's
I wasn't
gonna
feeling well,
resolve
I wanted
later.
to go home.
No,
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
that you.
Trevor does not mince his words.
You all suiting up again. Bellamy, glasses off. Psyche feeling, hair, boom. As all of you suiting up, rush to the mall. And unfortunately, I triple checked something corrupted on my battle map. I tried to be fancy with moving yarn, and it corrupted.
Bummer.
I shouldn't have made fancy. We, though, will cut to the mall. As we arrive, please roll initiative.
Yay, my fun of +0 initiative. Would you believe me if I said it was a 27?
What?
+0?
Good lord. Maybe?
It's a 12.
It's a cabaret messed up. That is a 7 total for my initiative.
Here we go, yes. Who got above a 20?
I got a synth 20.
Synth 20 from Psyche. Who got 15 to 19?
Oh, no, I didn't.
10 to 14?
13.
12.
13 and 12. That's pretty good. And 7 for Cabaret.
Which sucks because I'm literally the speediest
And
one of them.
the Knitter rolled pretty low. As you all roll up, Hummer, that blue nitro fuel burning as you go around. You screech up to the mall and are greeted with the sight of what could only be described as an elderly woman's nightmare. The mall, every wall seems to be covered in thick knitted yarn, purled so tightly that it looks like it was made flesh when the wall was constructed. You notice that in the center of the mall, like broken out from one side, in the center, what was once a fountain is now a type of podium throne where the knitter is sitting upon it with knitting needles in each hand.
Awesome. I cast False Life on myself on the way over.
On the way over, yes, that quick prep spell. What we would call you save your hard drive, and so if you go down,
Yeah, I upload myself to the car.
yeah, right. No, yeah, it's false life. It's tech basically. Which actually, remind me after we'll talk. We might be able to do
was our
tech
only
powers
flying
instead of
member?
normal spells if you want. Because there's some like tech stuff that I forgot to mention.
I can try and use the yarn to my advantage and flank.
What I will say, based on passive perception, again, based on like training, in this room, you don't see those dogs that you saw on television. Those like weird, like they're more like slugs with legs, honestly. But there are 4 cocoons of yarn behind this dude.
Is there any sight of Harold anywhere? Can I message Harold and say, where you at?
How are you messaging?
We haven't messaged her yet.
Just texting?
Yeah.
You text? Nothing.
I think he's in a cocoon, guys.
As you see, the knitter seeing you approach is excellent!
Shut up.
A challenge!
No.
Wonderful! I shall enjoy beating you and claiming my dominance as one of the most powerful
You like to
supervillains.
beat up children, is that it?
Yes! Because you're worthless! You suck!
Okay, that aside, you need to change your name.
Yeah,
Why?
it's very close
Okay.
to...
Do you
look over
crochet
to Psyche.
at all?
No, I knit. I've done this since I was 12.
How about the Knit Man?
The Knitman?
What's a knit man? That sounds like a weird rap
It sounds
group,
like
right?
Knit Man.
Oh, and the
but
Knitter
it's
doesn't
Knitman.
sound like anything
No,
to
the
you?
knitter. I knit things.
How old are you?
This is a very
The
invasive
world
question.
is changing around you, and I would punch him, but I am last in initiative.
I will say, because right now he's about 40 feet off the ground on this kind of podium, right, coming in. Because right now the ground is still normal. That's important to know, but every surface else has, like, that yarn. You see, I honestly do not see what you're saying. I have a name.
Get with the times, my guy.
It sounds
What
a lot
time?
like a slur.
You're going down, Knit Man.
I don't...
What about the Nitwit?
Yarn,
You're kind of fast, you're kind of witty.
Excuse you!
You're excused.
You see, he pulls out, and with that, we're officially Psyche. You were first to act as he is getting out the knitting needles, about to attack.
Also, that laugh wasn't just Eleanor.
Okay.
That was.
That was pretty funny. Actually, I like that.
It's touch, okay. He's 40 feet away.
He's about 40 feet away because it's not like up on this pedestal right now.
Cool.
Like being suspended by yarn.
So
It's almost like what would have been like like in the every mall has a fountain, but what the fountain's totally underneath whatever it is. It's now like a podium.
Are we level 5?
You're all level
So,
5. You've already leveled up. You've already got all your
I was wondering.
yeah.
This spell has a 90-foot range. Let's
Ooh.
see. How many hit points? Spell effect. Okay. I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
You cast sleep. Excellent. That's gonna be a lot of d8s, my friend. Because what level are you casting at?
Just to be safe, let's cast this at a 3rd level.
3rd level sleep.
Probably
Hell
looks
yeah.
really comfy.
I know.
And all that. Oh yeah,
surrounded
yarn.
by-
Oh
yeah.
heck yeah.
Would that give him disadvantage?
No, unfortunately, it's still so. But you are upcasting it, so 3rd level. That's good. 2d8 for each one. Here
So I just
is.
want to try and see if he'll
Well, it's also a gauge because even if it does, it's like okay, so he's got more than that kind of hit point. Because again, you need to hit his hit points with the roll.
Oh,
So it's smart because it not only tells you like okay, we have a ballpark for his health,
Mm-hmm.
and again, if it's enough, like if he's not bulky, it could take him down. That is smart.
Alright. Sense creature magical slumber. Total is how many hit points of creatures this spell effect. Creatures of 20 feet. Okay. I'll just roll.
So that's 6d8. Right? That's the amount of dice.
No, excuse me. This is
This is 2d8 per
98.
level.
2d8 when you go above first. So yeah, 98. So yeah, maximum of like 72 hit points, minimum of 9.
Hey, Ox, because I just realized that, Cabaret, I did it in Prism Scroll as a custom.
Okay, that is 51.
I literally put in none of her abilities,
51.
and her armor class is actually 17 as a monk, but unarmored defense. 'Cause it's
Excellent.
very
Did I
small,
get
it's very
my
small.
armor?
Yes, your armor is 15. So excuse me, in that downtime you would have gotten yours. So yours is 15. I'll update yours, Cabaret, to 17. So unfortunately for those at home on the title cards, Cabaret's AC is 17, not 15.
Sorry.
I was gonna
bad.
say, I'm like, a monk is with a 15 is wild. Like, did you
Yeah.
not buff
Yeah,
any of
Dex
that?
is her dumb stat.
Wisdom is my
I put
dumb,
everything
actually,
into
dex.
intelligence.
I put it into charisma.
Yikes.
Psyche, 51. You, as you all feel that very mental magic power of just like pushing those waves of exhaustion. All three of you, standing Psyche, even feel that like, oh, it's comfy in here. It's warm and yarn-filled. But you watch as they're just quaint. Does not fall asleep.
Okay.
Does it look like it was close?
Unfortunately, you don't know it's sleep. That's one of the downsides of sleep is. So you know it's it could be 52 for all you know, but it's that
It
like
could also be like 200.
dude,
Okay.
that'd be
Yeah.
wild.
Then I'm gonna. Okay, I haven't played a sorcerer before.
Right, because so that was your spell
But
attack.
bonus
I
action,
think.
you can use your sorcery points to gain additional spell slots or sacrifice.
Also, my speed is 70.
So
kept
can I
forgetting that
convert
now.
a sorcery point to have another spell action?
Yeah, so
Or-
you wouldn't have the spell action now, but what you can do is
Oh.
out of your 5 sorcery points, you could spend 3 of those and have that level 3 spell slot back
okay,
immediately.
gotcha.
It's not like, oh, that didn't work. I'm gonna bonus action change these into a spell slot to use
okay,
later again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna spend some sorcery points just to get that spell slot back.
Smart. It's clever, right? Like, okay, testing the waters now. You know, oh shoot,
That didn't
okay,
work.
he's got above 51 hit points.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
a
good.
bit stronger, and spell slot back. Any movement at all just before?
I'm going to move closer to him.
'Kay.
Actually, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay like 80 feet away from him.
Stay that rate. Yeah, like being on the ground and he's up on the pedestal helps, so like he can't just like hit you with right. Excellent. At the end of your turn, Psyche, you see sitting up on his little pedestal, just like, I'm glad I came. I really need
gross.
to just set
Yeah,
the
watch your
world
words,
free.
watch your words, watch your name.
What?
The
You're a
way
bunch of immature
you
shits.
say
You know
things.
that, right?
No, it's not being immature. It's the fact that people can take it that way, and you need to watch what you do.
So I'm bad for letting other people be like what? Like
No,
have
you need
your
to
dirty
watch
minds?
yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And with that, wait, is it my turn?
It is not your turn yet. This is actually, you see, he goes, this is why I came. Bunch of little children playing hero need to be put in their place. As you see, he snaps the arms together, and all 4 of you hear the yarn dogs emerge out of the walls nearest you. They're going to run up, and I believe, Whack, I think you were on one side. I'm trying to like gauge. I should have made at least some sort of quick battle map. Who would be on the outside? Like, are you standing like in a line, tight group formation?
I would almost
circle him.
Yeah, we'd probably be moving to
Little
a
like
circle.
semicircle. So
I
in
would
which
have been probably more towards the center and
to go like
close to cabaret.
meaning I think Cabaret and Toast Boy, you would be on the like outsides or that like in this like we're circle like again not close enough so we can't just throw something and hit
The
everyone,
furthest
but
forward to make a circle.
yes. So the yarn dogs are going to come for you two as they're peering out of the walls.
Dope.
They're going to run at you and attack you both. So, Toast Boy, that is going to hit on a 14. Cabaret, that is going to hit on a 19.
Gross.
That's a better one. I need you both to make me quick strength saving throws. Oh, excuse me. I rolled the wrong dice for damage also. Oh,
I miss
that's...
being a spellcasting class that had a lot of slots. This thing would be going up in flames.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
A 12.
9.
9. You guys watch. You both take only 2 points of damage. I rolled really poorly. But as you take the damage, you, Thwack and Psyche, your companions grab on and watch as they suddenly melt the yarn back into the floor. And you are both teleported. Toast Boy, you are in the middle of what used to be a Radio Shack is now an AT&T customer service station. You are in the middle of a hot topic as far as the random rolls go.
This feels pointed.
They did use their yarn teleportation. I can assure you that was my random roll. That
I
was
know.
hilarious.
I'm making it. This is like
This
dumb.
is-
It's like this feels like an attack.
That's Yarn Dog's turn.
Honestly.
Thwack, that is you. So you and Psyche are the only two now
This is a hate
still
crime.
in the middle of the
in
mall.
AT&T building and like looking at all the tech, like, what?
I did not plan this.
Which
This is
honestly,
How
if
far away
hear
is
me
he?
out, are the
Um,
security cameras still working? Because this guy's
40
this guy
feet
wants an audience.
by-
Yeah.
20, meaning, I can do simple Pythagorean theorem. 4, 16, 20, 50 feet away. Diagonal.
Okay.
Or about 50.
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
This guy clearly wants an audience. Are the security cameras working? And are they catching everything?
You don't see those because you're now in the hot tub.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is like in the jokes of like, are people are these feeds being sent?
Here's what I'll do. I'll answer that on your turn. That's something,
Yeah.
question for your turn. Thwack, yeah. So about 50 feet on that diagonal now. And Psyche, you're that, like, a little bit further back, because, again, when you guys were kind of, like, moving around. So what would you like to do?
So is he still dangling above?
Yes, he's still up on this pedestal. He's actually standing on the pedestal right now. He's no longer in the
Gotcha.
air. Actually... I just realized I forgot to send the initiative tracker to you guys. And for you, Chad, as well, if you want to follow at home.
Okay, and how close are all of the cocoons to each other?
The cocoons are behind him in the air. You're assuming, like, maybe, like, a 20 to 25 foot spread. Like, they're not super far, right? Like, out into the mall. They're meant to be close, right? Hanging from the ceiling
Right.
skyline.
But they're not all next to each other.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Each one, it's almost that, like, mirror of, like, how you guys came in. There was 4 behind him in that, like, directional sense.
Gotcha. Cool. I am going to start running up. And then I'm going to initiate my giant smite and become bigger
You see the knitter raises an eyebrow, but nothing more.
as I'm sprinting up. I'm going to go 20 feet, and then I'm going to bonus action Misty Step right up in front of his face.
Clever. Right, Misty Step, you see
And then just uppercut him with the hammer.
excellent use. I see just like, what are you doing there? Boom! Go ahead and roll that attack. So answering questions 2.
21.
21 will hit the armor class. Because when your armor's made of yarn, it's very easy to hit.
That's 12 damage on the first.
Okay.
Why'd you give me a yes and a no?
Yes and no.
Okay, I get 2 attacks. 18.
18. Will also hit. Again, yarn. How easy is it to punch someone wearing a cardigan? Very easy. It's a cardigan, right? Like, it's made of yarn.
Oh, you're equating this to a cardigan?
What he's currently wearing, basically, he's wearing yarn-based clothing.
I'm gonna be every Nether's worst nightmare. Snack threat.
Yeah. He can do a lot to him, but he can do a lot too. He's got some sort of magic here.
Second attack is gonna do 18, so I'm gonna uppercut him and then smash him down to the ground.
18. You do that and realize he already looks horribly hurt. Already.
By me or before I hit him?
By you.
Okay.
With your attacks, he is looking horribly hurt. What you're realizing, boom, boom, as that's the ribs. The knitter is sitting there just like kind of coughing as you, boom, finish this attack, and this is he's got crazy manipulation of yarn. Hit him hard enough, he's a dude, right? Like that's usually how superpowers go for most people.
Yeah, and then I want to. Did I hit him to the ground?
No, still on the podium area. Like he's not able. Like you would have had to like done stuff like grappling or shoving to get him off the side.
Cool. I want to action search.
Dear Lord. Dear Lord, go for it.
And
A party of all fighters. Imagine the chaos.
Just taking nothing but attacks, just stabbing until they're dead.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Trying to just knock him out. I rolled an 18 plus 6, so
24 will hit.
yes.
If anyone was curious.
13.
13 damage. Okay.
How's he looking?
Still very hurt.
Cool. And then for the second attack on my action surge, I'm gonna pull him to the ground. Or is that
Excellent. Yeah. Yes, for your other one, you're definitely allowed to do that. Here's what I will ask. As you hit him hard, I would like that it's going to be opposed strength. Because if you try and pull him to the ground, you're kind of going with him, and so it is like a grapple attack.
Yeah.
So we're going to oppose strength. I'll let you know what you need to be. He's not strong. That's easy. Like, most of his other stuff is probably his intelligence. He got a 9.
I rolled an 18.
You boom. I will say there is a little bit of falling damage that you'll both take because it's that like pulling him off this podium.
Aren't they falling into the pile of yarn at the base?
The
above
yarn's
the
not
fountain,
perfectly
right?
on the like the floor is more clear. The walls and everything else are that thick yarn. The floor, like you can walk and just like it's floor, which is like that's the thing. If you had waited long enough, he could have made it difficult terrain yarn. Right now, it's like we can move and are fine,
Okay.
for better or for worse. That's going to be 10. Both of you take 17 points of falling damage. 40 feet is more than I thought it would be. Boom! And you are on the ground, though, with him.
Still grappled?
Still grappled. That is...
Try making him sleep now.
Very possibly. That is Toast Boy's turn. Toast Boy, as this, like, snarling beast with no saliva, but still making these noises somehow. Magic. What would you like to do?
Am I able to see out into the central area from within this AT&T store?
From this area,
The TA&A store?
yes. You think you couldn't be more than 100 feet away from, like, the central area.
So I can see everything.
Yes,
Okay.
this isn't like they teleported me across the mall. It's
Yeah.
a short range
Okay,
store.
I want to make sure that I'm able to... I want to make sure there's nobody in danger, other than like the 4 cocoons I know are there, but I'm trying to look and see if there's anybody else.
Gotcha.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, make me a perception.
Alright. It's an 11.
If there's cameras, covered by the arm. I'll say on 11, the camera from the news station is hanging from some yarn.
Oh, no, I'm not looking for camera. I'm looking to see if there are, like, other injured people.
Oh,
people,
injured people. Like, okay, not just watching. You're not seeing any... Like, you're thinking, like, the mall probably cleared out fast.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast... I really don't want to. Fine. I'll cast Eldritch Blast because it does... No, it's force damage. I'm casting Witch Bolt because it's lightning damage.
Witch Bolt. Excellent.
Because I'm thinking if I can hit different bodies of the yarn, I'm not even attacking like the dogs near me. I'm throwing the Witch Bolt at like the biggest concentration of yarn to try to set it on fire with the lightning.
Gotcha. I'm going to say no roll needed on your part because like this is an entity. It's not like it even has like an arm class or hit points, but it's the effect of electrical fire, right? I think we're gonna call this a boxing game because if you can light this on fire, that could be anything. It could be really good. You could again nerf this dude hard, or it could be bad.
Okay.
I want you in the box of doom to make me a d20 roll on a on a 15 or higher. It will ignite, and you don't know what that means.
Okay.
If you can get an 18 or higher, that will mean you're igniting in that way of hot. It's burning the yarn itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like 15 or higher, it might just mean, oh no, it's on fire, and I don't think I can control. Or like
Well,
it wasn't.
and I'm gonna say before I roll for my free object interaction, I was gonna call fire. So just that way, no matter what happens, we don't have to tell that. Like I'm doing that regardless.
Okay. Calling the fire department. 11. So boom, it hits, bursts away some of this yarn. Nothing seems to catch. Clever offhand action. Good turn. It is now the Knitter's turn.
Freaking wasted. My 2
He
spells.
is going. Oh, he can do that. Yikes.
I like being a fighter because it's like more immediate damage. Spellcasters
That's
I
wild
like
that this is
spellcasters
only
'cause you can be
somatic.
creative, but if you miss.
Most of his spells that that he does is somatic. There is one that is just verbal. Who's he gonna do it on? Sounds terrible. No, actually, he's gonna do this. You watch as Swat grappling this dude. Immediately looks at you and just goes,
Don't
"Not
talk.
yet." Vroom. He disappears out of your grasp and is now 50 feet above you. Not on the pedestal, just like being suspended, you think, like by his own yarn and everything, just kind of in the air. That's a bonus action, too. Gross. As he does so, he is going to then take his action to pull out his gun. Supervillains are very predictable. I'm sorry. And he's actually going to point it right at you, Thwai, because you're the one that immediately caused him this damage. That's going to be a 17. Yeah, barely hitting your armor class there. And that is going to deal you 6 points of damage. As you see, he just seems to disappear. It's almost like his body became that like gross yarny feel of like, oh, there's no mass, and is now in the air. Boom! Hits you. She goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are not through yet." At the end of his turn, Cabaret, that is your turn. Snarling dog right next to you.
Oh, hi. How's it going, puppy? I'm gonna reach in my pocket. I'm gonna pull out the jerky that I normally give our small man, our gator. I toss it to him.
It bounces off the head and falls to the floor.
Well, I guess that's not the way.
This is a creature.
And I am basically going to use my action to set it ablaze. Is it connected to any of the other yarns on the wall?
In little ways, yeah. It's like that. They may
In ways
only
that
have
I'll
like
be able
5
to
or
snuff
6
out
little.
With wind. Because I don't want to burn down the mall, but I want
That's
to take out
pure
this
luck
dog.
checks that you won't know, if that makes sense.
Can't I just control the fire? Because I controlled the fire.
Here's what I'm gonna say: if you're lighting the fire, that's the action, and what happens after isn't gonna happen on your turn. It's just it's kind of like for any of you, a result.
I just want
off.
the dog to burn up.
Yeah.
Is that so much bad?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
the whole place is covered in flammable yarn, so maybe. So you're not
Well,
gonna
then
know.
you're not full flames, but my hands are like. Oh no, but that would be a lot worse.
How are you attacking?
All I'm gonna say is you probably saw and heard the lightning bolt streak across the room and explode against the other wall.
There's fire here anyway.
What? Just as a
Okay.
We're
party
gonna have to
member.
pay for so much in damages. And what I'm gonna do?
Yes. What is the attack? Is
I am going to use some key points,
gotcha.
and I am going to do a Fury of Blows.
Beating
So
the
first
shit out
off,
of this
first
yarn.
bonk. What's its AC?
What's its AC? Yeah, of course. What'd you roll first?
2.
You boof, and it just goes straight through, like
Come on!
it tries to like start biting you from the side as you tried to punch yarn and realized, oh wait, I gotta punch smart. First attack misses.
Gross. Using a point of key.
To attack 2 more
Bonk.
times.
Bonk.
Okay, roll the hit.
That's a 19.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Roll.
Without modifiers.
What with modifiers? What are they?
And they will be +5s.
So 22 and 24.
Yeah.
Hit.
Delicious. Nutritious even. 6 points of fire damage.
6 points of fire damage.
Also, I feel like I
'cause
need
yes,
to contact
just
my friend
confirming-
Adrian to teach me how to do a monk. Because I think that's not enough damage for what I did.
No, that is.
It is just only 6 points?
Well, because you rolled it in. Did you add your dex?
No.
Yeah, you add your dex.
+5.
So 8 plus 8, 16.
Yeah.
And I'm just confirming, what ability lets it make it fire?
It is my elemental attunement
Right.
under the Way of the Four Elements monk.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically I create an instantaneous little thing. So basically enough to light the mofo. Right?
Okay. I have to be a little picky here just because, yeah,
Oh.
fire is going to be very effective against the yarn. Elemental attunement isn't going to let your attacks be fire-based.
Hold on. I think I know one.
Because that would be using
'Cause
elemental attunement.
I also have Fangs of the Fire Snake. When I use the attack action on my turn, I can spend a key point, one more key point, to cause tendrils of flame to stretch out from my fists and my feet. Basically,
Gives
my reach
10 feet range, and the attacks will deal fire damage to bludgeoning, and if
it
you
is
spend
an
key
extra
points,
1d10 fire damage.
if you spend key points.
Bonk.
So you'd have to spend 2 more key points right now. So that's 3 key points spent. So roll me 2 more d10 for this fire damage.
Yay!
That's what. Yeah, because I was like,
That's
elemental
what
attunement is
I
like
wanted.
sparks and stuff. So I wanted to make sure we were doing that right. Because this is what's actually going to damage the creature.
Okay, so that is 10 plus my dex.
No, this is just an
10
extra.
points of fire damage. So I rolled a 1 and a 9.
16 plus 10, 26 points of fire
That
damage.
feels right.
How do you take out this dog? As, yes, it is hella vulnerable. 52 points of fire damage to this dog.
Okay,
takes
you're not
it
a real
out.
dog, you're made of yawn. You're not a real dog. Bah! And
Again, you have to wonder where's the dog noise coming from. It's got no lungs or throat.
it's made of yarn!
Be
And
gone, Lassie. We don't love you
Burn to a crisp
Oh!
immediately.
Did not like that. I'm gonna go deal with the human. I'd
That's
rather.
for every video
Oh.
game that makes wounded puppy sounds when you have to attack a wolf. It's the worst. Right? You're like, no, you're an evil wolf. Back at the top of the order, Psyche, that is your turn. The knitter is just materialized up in like the rafters up near the
How
sky.
far in the air is he?
50 feet above both of you. So it's about like 50, 60, because like if you're not exactly under him.
Or whatever.
I am going to move basically underneath him,
Okay.
and then cast Earthbind.
Ooh.
Choose one creature you can see within range. I'm gonna flavor it as purple strips of magical energy instead of yellow.
Yeah.
The target must succeed a strength saving throw, or its flying speed, if any, is reduced to 0 feet for the spell's duration. An airborne creature is affected by the spell safely descends at 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground. When the spell
That
ends.
is rude. Strength saving throw. What is your save DC?
Save DC is 16.
16. This would definitely a box to do. Because if you bring him to the ground, he's got a flying speed right now, right? Like that's the thing is you got him to the ground. 16. How? He's got a -1 to strength. He has to get a 17 or higher to succeed.
Do matches or ties go to the defender? Or is it
If he hits a 17, he succeeds because of how DC rules work. I'm gonna put the box of doom. We're gonna roll this in front of the board.
Ooh,
Here we go.
in front of the board box of doom.
Yeah. Because I'm like, it's not essential, but if you get this, that's changing the fight.
Even more.
That's a 16 for a 15.
Ayo.
He fails so close.
Let's level the playing
Delicious.
field
As-
for Knitter.
The knitter, yarn immediately swirling around him, and boom, purple arcane wrap around your hands. You guys have never seen Psyche do this before.
Pull him down.
Boom, safely descending. So unfortunately, not yank, but still, his fly speed is 0,
it's-
and he is
He descends at 60 feet a round or something? Or 60 feet a. What was it? 60 feet per round until
Mhm.
he reaches the ground.
60 feet per round.
And he was only 50 feet above.
Oh, that's true.
He'll be on the ground.
So he is on the ground. As boom into the air, you immediately bring him back down to the earth.
Cool.
Oh, that is annoying. He's
Sorry.
I love that. Excellent action. Any last bonus action or movement? Oh, well, because yeah, use some of the movement to get there. It's a great spell.
And shoot. Okay. I don't think I have any other bonus actions.
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah. For context, gang, Lincoln sent a picture of a Yoshi plush on fire saying Cabaret set the dog on fire like.
Burning yard dog.
Yeah, I'll just hold like any reactions to.
Yeah, you still got your reaction in
That
case.
one level where you have to sacrifice
you have to
get
sacrifice
the
Literally.
level.
Psyche, well done. Before the yarn dogs, you're forcing his legendary. Because
I'm
that's
sorry,
so
his
annoying.
what?
Super
No,
villains, they
repeat
go.
that again. His what?
His legendary action. He gets 1. Last time it was to get those dogs out. He's gonna save it for something else, but he is grounded. He can't stop that. Earthbind, I believe, as long as you keep that concentration up, you're really solid there. He's just there. He can't even make the save again. Yeah, so he is going to be on the ground. He can move around on the ground, but he can't.
Yeah.
Uh,
he doesn't have a flying speed
He is going
until the spell ends.
to attack you, Psyche, with his big old spell here.
I was ready for it.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That was a 21.
That succeeds. You will take half this damage.
Nice.
If it was an
As-
attack roll, I would have saved you, but
Have you watch as poof, You want to play with the threads of life, little girl? Then play.
Just need
No.
to stop
He
talking.
starts spinning these needles, helicopter style. A vortex of yarn wraps around you. You take 39
Sorry,
halved to 19 points of force damage.
You up?
Yeah.
You're
He said
up.
39, and I looked over and it was
39, 38. 39 halved. So good job succeeding on that. That could have downed you. This boom, big old spell he releases of all this force damage of yarn cycling in and around you, and you almost feel that like breath as just all of it's whipping around. Yeah, so that is it. The yarn is around you. You now are technically also in difficult terrain, so it just halves your speed until you're out of this big old cone of stuff you just did. That's the first thing, because yeah, he couldn't hit both of you. That was smart. That makes the yarn dogs. One of them is down on the ground. The other one is going to attack Toast Boy.
Does it make sounds like?
That is going to be, a 7 to hit. Does not hit. And
Disgusting.
its ability and teleportation recharges. Because they're connected. It will then. Oh no, it can't until next turn. That is the Yarn Dog's turn. Thwack, that is your turn now.
Cool. So, I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark,
Excellent.
and then I'm going to casually just like stroll up to him, just tap him on the shoulder, and then just like toy hammer, bonk.
You Hunter's Mark, a big old cartoony target appears right behind the back of his head, so every time he turns his head, he doesn't see it. Go ahead and attack him for sure.
Nat 20.
Oh my lord. Please. Good heavens. Roll it. That's amazing.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks. OG thanks. The fighter
So-
just damaging him.
I just found an ability. Once it's my turn. I
Yeah.
found an ability I didn't know I had, and I don't know how to but
So, I have the Hunter's Mark. That doesn't double, right?
The Hunter's Mark does double.
if they're
Okay.
dice.
So that's going to be 2d6 plus your dice damage as well.
And then if I wanted to add my damage from being bigger from Giant Smite, would that or would that not?
I believe that would add once, kind of like your strength modifier. Because Giant Smite's not a dice thing, it's that like. Bonus action is made you big, yeah.
Because it's once per round I can choose to add that.
Yes.
D6.
Oh no, yeah, if it's adding a full I thought it was always just a standard. No, so that's going to be 2 more d6, so 4d6 total.
Sweet.
Because you choose one of your attacks and just hit extra hard, and you're choosing the crit. This is wild.
14 on those. $32.
32 points of damage. The knitter looks bloodied. As he does so, please make me a perception check if you would be so kind. The knitter looks terrified of you. As you get pulled to the ground, shooting this giant cone of cone of yarn, it's technically called now, at Psyche. Turns around as you boom, looking bloodied, and is stumbling away as fast as he can, just trying to get away from you. That's just your first attack.
Do I have the meta handcuffs?
Oh.
Because I don't think he's used his.
On a natural 20, yes, you do.
Cool.
I'll say Thwack's the one that kept him in his little bag there.
Cool. So I just want to put him in those.
Here's what's going to be great. We're going to do an opposed strength check. It's like a grapple, right? Trying to put cuffs on someone. Here we go. I'm going to roll what you have to beat in front of the board.
Would I be able to, like, intimidation as well? To,
Unfortunately, no. He's already pretty intimidated. That is a 17, so DC 16. Just to cuff him right now.
Well, I rolled an 18 without mods.
Something very interesting is going to happen. You, boom, hit him down. As you go in, you just take the cuffs, grab his hands, put his hands on, and you watch as he goes, uh-oh. His hands pop off, and you watch as the little strings of yarn coming out of the stumps. He slides his hands through. You look deep into this creature's eyes and realize it's made of yarn. And you hear somewhere in the mall,
I'm just gonna go towards that noise.
you hear the noise. It's coming back. It's like if you went, like, to put it this way, like, oh, I went down like a west hallway, you went down like an east. It's like down a north hallway is where you heard this, like, kind of gasp of fear. That's what I'll give you. Like, putting the meta handcuffs on, realizing, like, they don't do anything because, like, a creature of yarn can just slip out of it. But
I'm gonna grab the handcuffs and then I'm gonna use full movement.
start booking it down.
Do you let us know what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh
Because I can
no.
resume. What's this?
Shoot! That wasn't supposed to be found out too soon. Excellent turn,
What size do you want
Thwack.
to play?
Large.
Uh,
Just 'cause if you were small, I
Host
could
boy,
grab you.
that is your turn. You see, like, Yarn Dog next to you, Thwack is taking off down the mall.
Uh-huh.
That was
we'll-
a fake.
On it. I just...
Also, I used my the rabbit hop thing to go an extra
Yes,
12 feet.
gotcha, yeah.
I just want to say, I'm so upset. I found an ability called Waking Nightmare, and I was trying to find where it came from. It's from somehow one of my other characters' abilities ported over. It's a homebrew ability, but I can force somebody to make a wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, they're frightened of me. And at the start of each of its turns, I can use my reaction to make an attack with either a weapon or a cantrip. I was like,
gross.
this is so cool!
Gross!
Oh, somehow it's on this character sheet, but it shouldn't be.
Gross.
But isn't that like the most beautiful ability?
I love
Anywho,
it and I hate it.
I'm going to... I'm like, so it's all on the same level, right? I'm not like up above or anything.
No, like, the mall, like, has high-rise things, but there's no, like, second story. That's for, like, the bigger, like, JCPenney's and Macy's.
Yeah. Where are these cocoons at?
The cocoons are about 50-55 feet in the air in the center courtyard.
Okay. Alright, girls, get ready to catch. I'm casting Eldritch Blast. I have 2 beams at both the tops of the cocoons.
Oh, clever.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Get ready to catch!
At the top of the
one's out
order,
there.
Cabaret will have a chance, because, yeah, they'll fall on their turns, right? That's how most people run it. Because no trick me, I'm saying, because, yeah, unless you're trying to do something, it's your, you,
I'm just
boom,
hitting
boom.
the stationary. I want to burn the yarn so they'll ideally fall before the
It
full cocoon
will
burns
break
around them.
even. It's because, again, yarn is easy to break. It's when you're trying to do stuff like burning it or other stuff that it's more luck-based.
Uh-huh.
You shoot the yarn, Cabaret, as you watch it, the fire burns away. You hear, catch! And 2 of the cocoons are breaking and about to fall.
God! I'm halfway across the
Any
house.
bonus action or movements?
Yeah, I would move to be directly underneath one of them. If I could, I would actually
Yes.
get as close as I could.
In which case, I will make an attack of opportunity from the
Yep.
yarn dog.
Give it.
That's a 15 to hit.
Okay, cool. And let me roll fire damage on that.
What?
Hellish Rebuke. It's a
Pug, you planned this. He'll still deal you 12 points of damage.
okay, I will put that in.
Finally got that
Seconds.
bite off.
Wait, does it get to make a save, or do I just do the damage?
It makes a dex save. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes,
about
it
to
does.
roll. That's actually a synthetic 20, so it will half damage from this, but it's vulnerable to fire as you now know, so it'll double.
It's 26 fire damage.
Good lord. This yarn dog goes down in flames.
And it was 12 damage that I took?
Yes, so you're at 14 hit points.
I'm at 22 because of my false life.
False life, excuse me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah. You, I will say, using your 30 feet, getting out of the store, will get you close, and so when it falls, it will be a dexterity saving throw to catch. Like, unlike Cabaret, where you're probably your movement will probably get you there,
Yeah.
this is gonna be like you can only go so far before it's like that jump and catch. Excellent turn, Toast Boy. That makes the Knitter's turn.
You jump too far, it lands on your head. You just
The Knitter is
Hey,
going.
as long as they don't hit the concrete.
skid marks on the ground.
They hit and they would
That
hit you,
is going
that's
to be-
hitting metal.
Oh, he
Is it falling?
shouldn't,
Living metal.
but that would be funny. Thwack,
Yes.
I need you. Well, you're running down. You might not. Here's what's gonna happen. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. What did you get?
21.
21 succeeds. You watch as the yarn knitter. It's now a little more recognizable for you, especially when he opens his mouth. It definitely feels a little automated. Of that, like, you want to play with fire? I'll show you fire. You watch as he pulls out two different knitting needles, sparking, and poof, sends a line of fire arcing through the yarn towards you. You take 35 halved to
So if this darn thing
17. Oh, excuse me,
doesn't have
18
vocal cords,
points of fire damage.
the way that
Um,
it's making
as-
noise.
He uses fire too. It's helpful when you need a quick escape. Boom! Kind of like lights his own yarn trails that poof, erupt around you. I will say though, that's the action. This yarn creature doesn't move. You are hearing scuffling of the obvious sounds of something running in the distance. He made his choice. Cabaret, that is your turn. At the end of your turn, you know these people are gonna fall. What would you like to do?
Okay. I also know that that guy is running.
You got a choice, yeah.
I don't know if Wax gonna be able to catch.
It's choice, yeah. Do you go for the falling people? Do you go for the villain?
I'm actually gonna go for the people. That's the whole reason I came, because it's Mofro, it's just too many flies.
Gotta be a hero. You love it. Let's see it.
So, yeah, I'm gonna... Any other hostiles in this room that are not dead?
No. It's 4 cocoons. 2 of them are falling. The yarn dogs are now taken care of, at least for now, right?
Okay.
And
Using-
Psyche's kind of like underneath a big old mountain of yarn tornado.
Using my acrobatics and a lot of the strings that I'm guessing, he wouldn't just be like, oh, here's one string. It'd be like a spider's web.
It's very spiderweb,
very
yeah.
strong.
It's how
and
it can
I use
fly.
them to acrobat my way to get to this cocoon to make sure I have them safely.
They are already cut. I will tell you this. If you want to acrobat your way up to just grab them, that's totally possible. It will be
I'm saying
harder.
for the person who's falling. To try and
Yes.
be able to, like...
No. Here's what I'm
Okay.
going to tell you. It's going to be harder to acrobat your way up to them than it would be just to run under and catch, if that makes
Well, I'm
sense.
just thinking of force. Like, they're gonna... How high up have they been falling from?
They're falling from 50 feet.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a lot of force as they come and hit the ground. I want to give myself, like, maybe 10, 20 feet to have that tuck and roll as I catch them.
That's literally. You don't have to acrobatics. That's just what you can do. Is just
Okay,
run
I
up.
do that then.
That's the basics of just I run up and get ready. Yeah, you're not just gonna let them fall into your arms. You're jumping and doing stuff. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to roll for that. I misunderstood that. I thought you were trying to get up to like
No,
the
no,
ceiling
no.
to grab them. I'm like it'd be much easier to go under. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, no roll needed for that. That's smart. Definitely
I also-
movement. Your movement will get you there because you have a higher base.
So I have an
speed.
idea. If I do fire on the tornado that Psyche is strapped in, is she gonna take fire damage? Is it just
Very
gonna
much
be
so. Unfortunately, because it's that
damage?
difficult terrain, like big old mound of yarn. If it was just around your feet, oh, it'd be clear. Yeah, doing it on her. That's
Are
the.
there any
I'm,
shards, big shards of metal or glass that can be used to cut through the yarn?
Not at all.
Dang it.
That was a natural one. The building is yarn.
I need to keep like a knife on me. That's what I need to learn about this. Is I just need to have every gadget.
Gotta have a knife.
I just gotta have a knife.
Here's what I will say: if you're running up, I don't think there's then, unless you, if you want to hold an action, you can.
Basically, I would like to, because is catching this falling person an action?
It's a dexterity saving
well,
throw.
I want to hold my action to be able to help Psyche out of whatever she's getting through. And I
Gotcha.
yell to Toast Boy, as soon as you get them, get Thwack there.
On it.
Okay. That
Divide and
makes
conquer.
end of your turn holding an action to help Psyche. That would be great. Please, both of you make me dexterity saving throws. It's different DCs because again, you're directly under. You're close by.
Can I buy myself advantage if I try to jump like towards the fountain, where even if I miss, I'm able to like push them? Because you said there's like yarn around.
Yes.
So it's like even if I don't catch them, I redirect them so they fall into either the yarn or the water.
We'll see. I don't think it would offer advantage though. That's just more of what would happen.
Okay, then that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to do. So like even if I miss
Even if I
them-
can't catch them, yeah, I say it's not gonna offer advantage, but it's a smart tactic of like let's just
It's a dex saving throw.
dex saving throw. What'd
Am I
you
being
get?
poisoned?
Cabaret, what'd you get?
Well, I want to know if I get high enough, can I help Toast Boy with what he's doing?
There would be no physical way to catch
Is there a
him.
way to
Me,
use
don't kill
the-
the civilian.
What did you get?
26.
26. You jump, grabbing your boom, grab them. What did you get?
10.
A 10 doesn't beat the DC 14 needed.
So can I
As
in any
Toast
way-
Boy, you watch as go, boom, linebacker drives the cocoon, hits the like fountain podium thing in a bump, and falls on the ground.
Okay.
Why?
Hey, they didn't hit the ground.
They
This
hit
is
the
why
ground.
you need to
They
join us
just
for
they
parkour
hit
training.
the fountain hard.
I almost said I'm on the cheer team. I do parkour
It
training.
It doesn't help if you only do it once.
Back to the top of the order, Psyche. That is your turn.
Okay, I will just use most of my movement to get out of whatever. I don't know if I'll.
Yes, it will take. I will say, offering help action. You can use all your movement, but you'll be out of this big old mountain of yarn. That's fair.
Sweet. And the knitter guy was made of yarn.
There's so there's like a yarn clone. It's easy enough where like you look at him, it's like he looks so real, except for his hands dangling from a few pieces of yarn like limping.
That's not.
That's not normal. That's
not
gross.
That's not okay. Do I see where Thwack ran off
Yeah,
to?
Thwack's dead set running.
Cool. Do I see any person where?
Not
Thwack is?
yet. It was just the noises that were
Okay.
coming from the
Can I
deeper mode.
Make like a free perception to see.
Yeah, that like maybe if you can see the person.
Okay, that is a synth 20.
On a synthetic 20, you don't see the person, but you realize and see far down the mall, inside what looks to be a Michael's, is a bunch of yarn
Of course he's in a
that is moving on the floor rather sporadically. And it's enough to realize, like, I don't see him, but I can bet my bottom dollar why the yarn is coming out of there and moving a lot.
Okay.
You're good.
How far away is it?
Right now, it is about 120 feet away.
Okay.
because Thwack moved full movement 12. Thwack, you're still about 60 feet away. Because again, getting from around the fountain, going around, big distance with the jump, but still about that 60 foot for you, 120 for you.
Well, none of my spells are in that range. Oh, here's something I want to do. Could I use my action this round to cast a cantrip onto a crossbow bolt?
Oh, which cantrip?
Shocking Grasp.
And technically not a crossbow bolt, it'd be a bullet.
On a
A
bullet?
gun?
Well, no, these are like rubber cross, because like you can use, I mean, if you want, we can
If I
reflavor it
have
as
a
a
gun,
gun.
sure, yeah.
Rubber
Psyche,
bullets, you know.
Kirkwood,
Gun.
Gun.
The knitter had a gun. He actually still was holding a gun.
In his limp hands.
Yeah, actually,
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm gonna use my action this turn to cast Shocking Grasp onto...
You know, I'll allow it. It's just that rough. If it misses, you know, it's gone, kind of like.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll say because it's almost like a held action of like
Cantrip, so
I'm casting my cantrip onto it to like give it
shoot
a range.
The next turn, because I don't know if you would let me cast it and then shoot it, because that's like 2 actions.
No, yeah, but I think no, that's a great example of I'm using a cantrip held action and doing that. I'd allow that as a DM. I
Okay.
think that's a good idea.
I'll do that then, and just hold my action to have gun ready.
Excellent.
Good.
At the end of your turn, Psyche, there's no more yarn dogs, so that is Thwack.
Friend.
Okie dokie. I'm definitely no second wind. Because I'm at 3.
Smart, yeah. How much are you trying to heal up for? That's a good idea.
Hey. 9 plus 5.
14. Well done. You watch as a lot of that incorporeal goop just back into your figure. You're back up at 17 hit points.
Yeah.
Good bonus action, second one.
I'm gonna do my little hopadoo and go 8 because of that.
It gives you up to the full 70. So, plus your movement, you'll have moved 100 feet, so you'll be about 20 feet away from sort of just then on movement and hopping. So
Yeah.
if you want to action dash, you would make it inside. Thwack, boom, 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 boom. Running up, you skirt the corner inside of this, Michael, surrounded by hundreds of yards of yarn. The knitter is sitting there, looks at you and just,
Hey, buddy.
oh shit! At the end of your turn, he is going to legendary action. And he's got to cast that or you screwed. You watch as the effects of greater invisibility, all the yarn just seems to pass in front of your eyes, and he's gone. But you hear that breathing just like, and you know he's in here. Good lord. You just got there in 2 turns. Jeez. Toast Boy, that is your turn.
Can I try to open up this cocoon as a free action? Because it's just yarn, I'm just ripping it open.
It is an action, unfortunately. It's actually no DC set, but it's a full action because, again, it's enough yarn to rip.
Bonus action?
Uh,
I have a question.
Bonus actions, because it's usually bonus action are things that you are accustomed to doing. I don't think you've ever been accustomed to ripping yarn cocoons.
Fine.
That's usually how I rule bonus actions. Is if it's something you can do enough that you're like, I know what this is. It's a weird skill to just
Do
bonus
yarn
action.
cocoon
Okay.
training.
Yeah, of course, by underwater
Yeah.
basket weaving.
I'm just real quick. Are you good to catch another or no?
Yeah, I can keep catching them.
Okay, I blast the other two.
Yeah, Cameron, I can keep
Why
asking
two?
what's the problem.
Because I'm
You-
here too!
You failed the last one!
I was so far away!
Yeah, the 14 was because he had to
I
jump
know,
in.
this
It's
is just
much.
like the back
Well,
and
I love the
forth.
idea
And
of you don't even know. Wait,
Cabaret
what do you
Slush
mean
Club is
another
really
2?
hoping that there are no
Um,
cameras on them right now.
So you are blasting. So action to another Eldritch Blast. Snap, snap.
Dropping the last two. 'Cause
Um,
I'm thinking
camera
when
here.
Oh,
I'm
is the
thinking
camera
when
facing towards us?
Thwack takes this
I'll
guy
tell you
down, the yarn's just gonna stop being magical, and they would fall regardless. So if we all
Okay,
went to
okay,
after this
okay.
guy,
Sounds good. Sounds
On
good.
your
Sorry.
terms.
I had to take care of one of the yarn dogs, and it was really traumatizing.
yeah, me too. I just burnt it.
Yeah! Ah!
As the burning corpses in the no. Here we go. Toast Boy, excellent. And you're all there and ready. The knitter is going to take his turn. He is going to cast this yarn spell. And because this is a great invisibility, it won't drop it. Thwack, you are going to get hit by a bunch of magically glowing yarn cones. What we would call a magic missile. But yarn cones are about to hit you. Because this is an upcast, I think he has to upcast this because he doesn't always get that. Okay. That is going to be Thwack. As all of these cones, you just hear, "So long, you little cretin!" You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage and are down at 1 hit point left. Boom, boom! As falling to your knees, the barrage stops. You hear something running out the store. You can't see it, but it's easy enough when you hear something's running fast. That is the knitter's turn. Cabaret, that is your turn.
Okay. I'm preparing to catch these guys. Is Psyche still in the...
Psyche's out. Yeah, it just took,
Okay.
thanks to your help, you were able to get out.
This is... Hey, DM, do you remember the Hero Forge mini I sent you many, many, many moons ago about how my outfit looks?
Slightly.
And how there are sharp, pointy bits.
Do you want to use those sharp point bits action to
rip open the cocoons.
Yeah.
Could it be a bonus action because I have sharp pointy
Bonus
bits?
action, no, because again, you have the pointy bits,
Would
but
I be able to catch them as well as open this cocoon and then catch them?
catching them, yes, because as long
Okay.
as you're there,
Okay.
it provokes the dex save. You can action open the cocoons, like taking an action
In a weird
to
way,
open.
would I be able to use...
Which would you like to open? Because you only really get one, is kind of that thing, too.
The one that I
That'd be just
rocked.
like, I am going to get the one that you just rocked, open it, and make sure the person alive
I'm
is.
going to tell you this. Here's what's fun. You have a 1 in 4 chance that it was Harold inside of there.
Please let it be Harold. Please let it
Man, he was
I'll
that
say
bad of a
On a 4, it was Harold. Harold can take a hit. These other people, maybe not.
be.
Here we
Then I
go.
do have another idea. He's gonna
You rip open this cocoon. And inside, you see a body lying there, unconscious.
Who's this?
As the last neon pulls away, you see a blue hood and black mask.
Thank fuck! And with that,
On
I
a
like stand up and I'm
4.
like,
An
you're lucky!
exact
And
4.
I go back to get ready for
I have
the
a
Um,
plan.
Well done.
lucky!
That is pure luck that it was a hero.
I mean, of course, Toast Boy's like,
It's fine.
I knew it was
At the
going
end of your
on.
turn, Cabaret, you see that, and then look up and realize the last two are
Oh,
falling.
fuck
Well, if
it,
you make
yeah.
me dex saves.
Much
Again, much easier now that you're just right under them. It's just like catching.
easier? Yeah,
Much
I
easier.
have a plus nothing.
Aw.
That's worse than last time. That's a 9.
Please tell me I can help.
What'd you get?
Can I have
Because I
advantage
have a
since I'm already
19
there?
plus 8! That's 27!
27.
Since
Let
I'm
me
already
help.
there.
That's like more than double what he got.
I will allow you, having missed the DC by 1, if you take the damage.
Oh, yeah.
If you let
100%.
your body just prostrate
Yeah. I prostrate myself for the cocoon.
for the cocoons.
That's going in my quote book! I promise.
Oh my lord, that's a lot of online 6s. Toast Boy, you take 24 points of damage
I
and
am
are down. Full heavy hit. All of you just hear that like of just like body flow. Person inside's perfectly fine, you think, but Toast Boy, you are knocked unconscious.
I was near the fountain, right? Do I fall onto the yarn, repose gently?
Like,
No.
like a,
It's the most unbecoming like sprawl of just bug splatter body, but the cocoon is perfectly safe.
Woo!
I'll allow it.
And the
You're
exact
willing to
purpose
take that
of
damage?
the
That's fair.
As I'm going down, I just say, I have a plan.
And our death.
Ah!
At top of your psyche.
In my head, I just think this is why we don't have a designated leader. Because if you try to, you make us look bad.
This is what happens.
Excuse you. If I was,
You'd make us look bad.
You're down and you're catching people. Psyche, it is your turn.
I was allowed to be
No,
a
but I
jerk.
have the opposite.
Because I think you still have a third level left.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 second level and 2 third level because I used the
Yeah, yeah.
Chill going person.
and like all the
Not
first
for
level
that.
spells.
Mm.
I will be a pain sticking the.
I am going to start moving towards.
Yeah, spending full 30 feet around the fountain.
Yeah.
So like you're 90 feet away of like where Thwack just entered.
Oh, 90 feet, you say.
90 feet, I say.
Uh,
Yeah, when you're not spending your movement getting out of a yarn cyclone, it's much easier to move around. One would assume.
One would
how much range does a gun have? Is it the same stats as a crossbow?
It actually is.
Okay.
Most, yeah.
For our purposes.
For our purposes, gun.
I'm gonna turn invisible. Why the hell not?
Okay.
Just so no sneaky little sneakies can.
So using
Hurt.
action to like boom.
Yeah.
You true invisibility, one might
Yeah.
say, because what the nerd's doing is just hiding using yarn, basically. It's
Yeah.
like a camo. You boom, 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 are invisible.
Sweet. And I'm gonna use my perception check to try and see where he's at.
Please do so. Try and get that vibe.
That's a natural 20.
A
And I have
natural
+4, so
20.
24 perception.
I'm going to give you this because you chose to turn invisible and just crit.
Yeah.
You invisible and see his reflected invisibility. You see that mind length wave of him standing in the corridor as he's running as fast as he can towards the exit.
I'm gonna level my pistol at him. I'm not gonna shoot yet because I can't.
Can't shoot,
but-
yeah, the action, but I'll say nat 20, you see him. So next time you hit, you won't have disadvantage because you know where he is. That action make whack. That is your turn. You stagger up, feeling the heat. You're feeling hard, but you're still up.
Does he just see a floating gun?
Well, the gun's invisible because
no,
until you
yeah,
attack,
yeah,
yeah.
it's on my
But that's
perception.
also what I'm gonna say because once you attack, your invisibility will drop. So it's
Yeah.
that very natural, like I see him. Thwack, what would you like to do?
I want to try and see if I can hear him panting. As
Like a dog.
Make me a perception.
Where is he, Ben? Thwack, where is he?
That's actually pretty good. Where is he? Where is he? Find him.
Find it.
He comes running up, panting, and is like, wait.
18. Unfortunately, he had a pretty good stealth on his. Well, because he is also invisible. You know, like again, it's that with invisible. You know the general direction because he's technically running towards you guys. It's that very natural, like the exit
if I
one
had
way.
run that way too, would I have been able to like?
It's yes. So what I'll give you on 18 doesn't be so you're not like I know where he is, which still is disadvantage, but it's like that. You're definitely in the vicinity, right? Like you can see the yarn kind of moving, see stuff. So you're like, I know he's got to be here. So I will allow you using your movement. You can run out and be in the vicinity. Do I accept 28 healing to Toast Boy from player? I have. No. What would you like to try?
kind of want to reach into my now damaged pocket space and see if I can pull anything that might help.
Gonna roll just disadvantage because it's a little damaged. I mean, that blast was crazy. Yikes. One was a natural 20, one was a natural 2. You pull out a firework that droops like a flower.
Been there.
Bummer. Then, I'm just gonna...
Yes,
Hello.
again.
I will just
Caitlin, how'd you get this?
sprint in that direction
Okay.
and try and run him over.
Make me attack with disadvantage. Trying to just like knock him down.
Well, one was a nat 20, and the second one is a 12 plus something. What would I be using?
Unarmed.
Plus your strength. I will say you are using that shove action, right? That smart 12 plus your strength, with your strength being and is good plus your boom, boom, boom. You feel something knocked to the ground. Wherever he is, he's prone. You see him knocked to the ground, prone.
You do not have disadvantage. You have advantage.
Okay.
Probably would have been surprised anyways. 'cause I'm invisible.
It's about half. Yeah, it's a flat roll right now.
And I am just gonna keep
Well,
going.
but he doesn't know she can see him, so it's like
So he would be
I'm.
surprised.
It's
as well.
that like it's a surprise enough where I'm like I may have offered advantage, but I'm like if he's prone, that's definitely disadvantage, and so I'm like, as of right now, it's like kind of in the middle because I don't know what else to call it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna move towards these
Sting.
guys.
Gotcha.
At least I know I hit him, but I don't want to be in range of getting blasted.
Excellent. Toast Boy, please come make me a death saving throw.
Hello.
Here, have my computer.
Um,
I'm gonna use my golden
sorry,
dice.
A-okay.
golden dice. Okay.
Fine.
As you are landing, full
This is
yarn
0.
cocoon still on your body, just unconscious on the floor. That makes the knitter's turn. Psyche, you watch the knitter stand up from prone and is going to. Yeah, he is going to do another magic missile. Not highest level that he can do, but a magic missile on Thwack. You watch as Thwack, you take 9 points of damage and are knocked unconscious. As suddenly appearing out of the arm, all the magic missiles hit you and you are down. That is turn. Half his movement, and then he spends another 15 feet and just keeps running. Cabaret.
Okay.
That is your turn.
Toast Boy's down?
Toast Boy's
I
down.
don't know that you just got down. Can I tell now that we've got, our super friend that they can survive in the cocoon for a second? Are people
Oh,
in
they just
cocoons?
look unconscious. Like again, this dude can't
Okay.
breathe life or anything.
Feel
He
bad.
just manipulates
Push the
yarn.
cocoon off of Toast
Yeah.
Boy, and I'm immediately going to start trying to do checks to help you.
No, I'm good.
Excellent.
I told you when I was going down, I have a plan.
I've got a plan. And goes down.
It's like when
You
Clyde
didn't
had a
tell me
plan.
that plan.
Guys, I got a plan.
That's what you guys
Please
said
make
there's
me
one.
a medicine check. Make me the medicine check. Fun fact for Toast Boy, the AC is much easier.
I got unplugged somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's like I'm starting to do medicine checks of the DCs that are
Alright,
AC.
that is a 17.
Yeah, it's a success. You'll have advantage on another death save there, Toast Boy. As it's easier to be like, okay, I just
Is that a
what do I
check
do?
or
I
an
plug them
action?
into my that I'm going to call an action because medicine checks to start
now
stabilizing.
that I have cut one open, can I use a bonus action to help cut the next one?
Again, bonus action. You don't do this often. It's such a
No.
niche
Okay.
thing that I
Sorry.
can't allow a bonus
You're totally
action.
fine.
Cabaret, the end of your turn. That's Psyche's turn. Oh crap. Yeah, that's your turn. I forgot to let
Okay,
you answer.
I am going to shoot him with my whatever.
Please roll. You nat 20 your perception. You are invisible. I will allow advantage.
And this is going to be that shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp.
Crossbow, or bullet, whatever.
So it will deal your normal dex plus a shocking grasp d8.
And this is with advantage.
With advantage. Yeah.
Okay. So 23.
23 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead. That's
that
good.
is-
A d8 plus 3 of shocking electric damage.
The shocking grasp is 2d8.
Oh yeah, shocking grasp is 2d8. Because you're at 5th level. Good
2d8
lord.
plus what?
2d8 plus your dex. Because it's still, you used the bullet.
Boosh.
Why? No, wait. Sorry. 7 points of damage. So. very
7 points of
sad.
damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Taser face.
I say something clever. Because he can't see me.
As I will say, he's running down the hallway, like looking around. He's got like a
And then-
big old smile.
wait.
Stops and like as he's running by you, you lock eyes as he realizes.
It's like you really should learn to crochet.
Boom! Rubber bullet to head. As he does so, all the yarn drops. The yarn double, the yarn galacrum, as I call it, dissolves into yarn. As you have won the initiative, we are out. That's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for playing. Okay, you're right. We can't end there. We got to end on some death saves. We'll start. This is out of initiative, so Toastboy, you can make this just on your own with advantage. And Thwack, please make me a death save.
Yay.
Sorry, if I could get to you, I'd help with yours too, Flag.
Okay, that's
4.
success.
So that makes 2 successes, because now we're out of initiative. We'll say 2 successes, 1 failure.
Do I get to roll my next one with advantage as well?
Before that happened, no. So Cabaret and Psyche, would
Would I
you
be-
help bring them back up?
Well, I don't know that Thwack's down, so I guess he's a con. So
Yes,
like,
you
hey,
do. That's easy enough. You can turn around and see he's on the ground.
Oh, there
like
he is.
I'm not cruel.
So
I'm not
Lincoln is
cruel.
Toastboy up.
No.
Toastboy has succeeded twice. Now that we're out of initiative, it's like Toastboy's looking better, Thwack's looking worse on the ground.
How many of you failed, Thwack?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, I'm gonna help Toastboy with this last one, and then I'll run to you.
And that's
Okay.
yours in that one.
That's true.
Well, I know what I did last time. I'm getting a cup, and I'm gonna start scooping.
Scooping. So you're taking your movement to
I-
Thwack.
To Thwack. Sorry,
Go
Toastboy, you're
ahead.
looking better. Bye.
So Toastboy will be. Please make me though before Thwack. Make me your medicine.
Plus 3, that's 14.
14 doesn't meet the AC, so flat for both of you.
It's another success.
10. That's 1 success.
Yay.
Toastboy stabilized.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hanging out.
Make me another medicine check for Thwack. Scoop. Grab the cup.
All right, now that is 19.
19, so have advantage there, Thwack.
Uh-huh. With advantage, I got a 7.
With
I have a question.
That's
Mr.
1 failure. That's 2
I
failures.
have a question, Mr. Dion.
I think
I have something as a monk, where if I use key points, I can basically make myself heal faster. I kind of want hear me out, because we're both kind of metahumans, and Thwack doesn't know it, but like we're kind of both loopy.
That's just pure rule breaking. That's
No, I
You
want to
can't
know
give
if I
your
can
ability.
use a few key points, like all of the key points, take a few points of exhaustion to like try and help him
you
get back
can't
together.
use your ability for someone else. That's
But I am gonna cough awake and go, told you I had a plan. Look over and see
Not
that. I'm gonna run over, rub my knuckles together and go, clear! And cast for flavor only, shocking grasp on you to like try to use like the paddles. Because in my head, I'm really imagining that my hands actually transformed into the shock paddles as cartoonishly
Alright,
as
as
possible.
cartoonishly as possible. Make me a medicine check. This Ari might be offering advantage. I'm debating. We'll see how high you get here.
That is another 19.
19.
2 successes.
For sure advantage. This is wild.
Thwack goes down the most.
Thwack.
He's
How
the
do you
best.
keep going
Can we,
down?
like, get
You're
a healer,
funnier.
please?
You're the fun. Thwack, please make me a death saving throw with advantage.
Okay, 18. So, and a 2.
That is 2 successes and 2 failures. Psyche, you're here at this point, yeah. As all of you are just like, again, you're watching your friend's body just bubble away.
I put the Toonie Loon soundtrack on and go again.
I'll help make medicine checks.
Both you can make me a medicine check. Again, as much advantage as we can offer here.
21.
21's success.
So, I don't think that's gonna
Dang.
help.
Because if you get higher, I might allow like maybe a death save. It's easier.
Yeah.
With advantage, Thwack, for all the marbles.
13.
Nat 13. Roll again. Let's just see if it's a nat 20.
14.
14. On a nat 13. Stabilize. Goop all together. Thwack.
What
are you doing?
We need someone with
Don't
the
touch that.
energy.
Doctor! Don't!
Doctor, what now?
We didn't
That
say
gets
anything.
grosser every time.
Also, you're up.
Just gonna
Bye.
say-
I'm gonna go take care of the civilians, and I run away.
And that's where we officially end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for playing and watching. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.